We ready?
Yeah, I'm rolling.
All right. Whip out the dong and pour the sauce. What's up, Stokers of Stoke Nation? This is Chad Kroger coming in with the Going Deep with Chad and JT podcast. Guys, before we begin, I'll remind you once again that we are brought to you by Manscaped. Manscaped, thank you so much for keeping our trims pubed, for looking after our hogs, for making sure that our dongs are looking fresh and clean. Because flowers are blooming, grass is growing, it's time to chop the weeds. Thank you, Manscaped. Use code GODEEP20 to get 20% off plus free shipping with the code GODEEP20 at manscaped.com. It's GODEEP20, manscaped.com. 20%. We are also brought to you by Hellofresh. Hellofresh, thank you so much for sponsoring the podcast. With Hellofresh, you get fresh, pre-measured ingredients and mouth-watering seasonal recipes delivered right to your door. Skip trips to the grocery store. Count on Hellofresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit. Go to hellofresh.com/godeep12 and use code GODEEP12 for 12 free meals, including free shipping. Dude, that's a good deal. Nice. All right. Last but not least, we are also brought to you by Rumple. Let's give a big shout out to Rumple Legends. Our new favorite blankets are made to go anywhere you go. Rumple's original puffy blanket is made sustainably with the same quality materials as your favorite puffy jackets. Whether you're hitting the beach or camping in the mountains, Rumple has you covered. Literally. They've got cool designs and packable products for the on-the-go lifestyle. Get yours at rumple.com and enter code DEEP15 for 15% off your first order. That's rumple.com, RUMPL, with code DEEP15 for 15% off your first order.
Dude, that was incredible.
Did you like that?
Yeah.
And I'm here with my compadre, Jean Thomas. What up?
Boom clap, Stokers.
And Aaron on the mic, as requested,
Hey,
as
guys.
always.
Hey, glad to be here.
Stoked to have you on mic, my friend. What's good?
Dude, what's up, man?
I just got back from visiting my mom.
How was that? You haven't seen her in a
I
while?
hadn't seen her in over a year, so it was a really that first hug was pretty, it was like a movie, out of a movie scene, just deep,
Right.
just embrace.
Like, did you see her? And like when you guys made eye contact, you started walking faster?
Well, she was in the car, so she just waved. And I was like,
Nice. Like at the terminal?
Yeah. She pulled up. I was like, hey. And she has a new dog. This 8-month-old golden retriever, Soleil. So her former dog is named Luna, and then this dog is Soleil, moon, sun, and I think she's gonna get another golden puppy. Name it, I think some name for Star, or maybe just Star. So soon, Sun, Moon, Star. Anyways, but it's super cute puppy, and just sits in the front with her. It like puts its paws on like the middle console and just like looks ahead with her.
Did you like her right when you saw her?
Oh yeah. Well, I think golden retrievers are like. I was thinking about it. I was like, I think a good piece of activism, if we want to really boost the stoke of everyone, is to get them a golden retriever.
Oh, dude, that'd be huge.
Yeah, because they're just so happy.
Free range, free sourced.
Yeah.
Golden retriever mills.
Yeah.
Just pump them out, dude.
Yeah, and I was thinking like, Soleil was in heat, I was like, dude, let's pump some jizz in there, start breeding. Sorry, Mom.
Well, hey, Soleil's into it. It's all gravy, baby.
Yeah, she wants
She's
to be
in
part of
heat.
activism.
I mean, that's probably what she's fiending to do.
Dude, super in heat.
Could you feel the heat?
No, her nipples were enlarged though.
Nice.
Kind of gross.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I mean, Yeah, just
No, I get it. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, that stuff.
I like nipples of all sizes, but if they're normally small, when they get bigger, I'm like, that's different.
Yeah, I guess since she's a dog, I was just like, I was like, normally I like nipples, but in this instance, I was a little bit kind of like,
That's probably a good thing.
I don't need to touch them. Yeah,
That's probably a good thing, homie.
yeah. I wonder if they're sensitive.
Dog nipples?
Yeah.
Like how human nipples have more nerve endings?
Yeah.
That'd be chill. I hope so.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a dog sucking on another dog's nip.
That would be cool, right? Yeah.
It'd be so human.
Right. You're like, oh, if you're laying there in heat, and then
Any photo of like animals having sex like humans, it
Yeah.
always cracks me up.
oh, totally.
Like if you ever see animals in the mish position,
Yeah.
making eye contact.
When do you see animals in the mish position?
I think bears.
Oh, really?
Bears do
That's how they
mish.
fuck?
Yeah, bears do mish. Not all the time, but they do
Really?
mish. Yeah.
Interesting. Do they choke as well?
Yeah, well, they do paw. Yeah, they don't. I don't know if they got the grip the way that we do.
Yeah, are their necks huge?
Their necks are huge, dude.
Oh.
Need like 3 paws to even get a little squeeze going.
Right. Yeah, interesting.
I've seen a bear, like the female bear was getting love made to her by the male bear, and he wasn't choking her right, and she was like, "No, more on the sides and harder."
Right.
And then he was like, "Rrr,
Yeah.
rrr,"
I want you to maul me.
trying to figure it out.
Yeah. I want you to maul me, not literally, but just.
He was like a goofy brown bear.
Yeah.
And I was almost like, I'm like, homie, you got it, dude. Just stay with it, bro.
He's like, this isn't me, dog.
He was like, this is, I'm not my personality.
I'm Pooh Bear, dude.
I'm gentle. And everyone was watching him. He's like, dude, I hate fucking at Yellowstone.
Right, yeah.
So many people. He's like, go look at Old Faithful.
That's the main stage, huh?
Yeah, that's when you're in the big leagues.
Yeah. Do you think
You're
bears
getting
at
a
the
lot
zoo,
more.
when they have to fuck or whatever, they're just kind of like, oh, dude, I gotta fuck.
Yeah, I think the male bears are like, they hit the glass and they're like, bounce, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, bounce.
Meanwhile, the gorillas are just drilling themselves.
The gorillas don't care. Gorillas, small penises.
In terms of, what do you think you'd be more gorilla style or bear style? Do you think your personality would be better if like a gorilla who's a little bit shy about porking in public, or a gorilla who's jaying off in front of the mirror?
Which one am I?
Yeah.
You know the answer to that question.
Yeah. You're the masturbating man in Pompeii.
Yeah, I don't think.
Can you imagine?
I don't need to say. Yeah.
We had a Pompeii situation. It's just JT. It's just fucking. As I was that webcam porn just cemented in time on his
With my laptop too. My laptop's melted with me. And he's sitting all funny. Jane off. I would hope not. But it would be authentic for sure.
It's just. Oh, that's funny.
David Eagleman has a short story where he says, like, when you go to heaven, your life is broken up into what you did. So you have to watch your whole life in chunks. Like, okay, this is how much you slept. So you watch like 30 years of you sleeping.
Yeah.
And right when I read that book, I was like, oh, dude, if I had to watch all of my jang off in a row, it would rival sleep.
Yeah. God's like.
It'd be the second longest chapter.
Yeah. God's like.
Behind sleep.
Wow, dude.
And then the third longest chapter would be talking about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck. You really need to break this up, storytelling wise. For sure.
So how did I deal with my life? He's like, first off, wow. Dude, you really got it.
You made time for Jane. I honestly think God would be like, you jade off a lot, but you managed to get a lot done too. I'm proud of you. When you weren't jaying off, you were active.
Man, yeah. Maybe that's what your soul, when you came into this life form, your soul is like, I'm going to see how much I can get done while also jaying off as much as possible.
If that's what my purpose is, I haven't been aware of it, but I've been honoring it.
Yeah.
Dude, I was thinking about bears too, like just as per our conversation. Do you remember Timothy Treadwell, the guy that Grizzly Man's made about?
Right.
He used to go up and visit the bears, and he'd play with them. Like he'd hit the bears. I'm like, shut up, Shelly, you dumbass. And he'd talk to the bears like that and videotape all of it. Mm-hmm. And the one time, and it was bound to happen at some point, but when the bears turned on him and killed him was when he brought a girl with him.
Oh,
and
right.
Some people have postulated it was because she was menstruating. And it threw the bears out of whack. But maybe that's just like, I don't know, some misogyny that's in science or in outdoor culture. But it was interesting.
No, that's my mom's dog was in heat and was fertile. So we couldn't go hiking with her because, dogs come they can smell it from miles away. So I don't know if that translates to humans, but
that's what I'm interested in. Can it cross species?
Yeah. But animals have that just, natural.
They got that instinct.
The instinct, yeah.
Dude, I saw a guy driving up and down. Speaking of heat and the passion and romance, a dude 2 nights ago was bombing up and down my street doing like 50. Like he was driving so fast you could hear it from my apartment.
Right.
Like it was like, "Vroom!" And he was sticking his head out the window going, fuck you! Fuck you!
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself! And then he'd disappear for 30 seconds and then he'd come bombing back screaming it again.
Yeah.
So I got really excited. I put on my clothes and I walked downstairs and my neighbor was out there and I'm like, what's going on? And he was like, dude, I think he's having like a lover's quarrel.
Yeah.
Like, I think something's going on with his girlfriend. And then a guy from across the street on top of a deck with his girlfriend's like, I think someone fucked his bitch. Just screamed across the street. But everyone on my side, there was like 4 of us on my side of the street, was like, oh, yeah. I was like, wow. Like, I almost think that guy driving so crazy made all of us like adapt to a little bit higher craziness of a of like a reality, so we were all like more comfortable saying crazy shit.
Yeah.
But people were like, yeah, dude, I think he caught his girlfriend boning someone else. He's pissed. And so he bombed back and forth all night.
He just kept doing it?
He did it for like, I don't know, on and off for like an hour.
Wow.
Hour and a half.
Interesting.
Doing like 50 down this like super small residential street.
And did you ever find out?
No, I don't know. I don't know the full story yet.
Man. Could you ever see yourself getting that mad?
No. I could get that mad, but I wouldn't do that. But I've
Right.
done crazy stuff, but not like that.
Yeah.
You know what I would do? This is what I would do. I would do it once.
Yeah.
And then I would get to the end of the road and be like, that was insane.
Yeah.
Because like one time I wanted to fight a coworker. So, and I was young, but I like followed him out of the office and I was like, come to the park. And he used to bully me a lot. So I had fed up. I was like, come to the park and fight me. And he was like, I'm not going to fight you, dude. And then I slapped him in the face and I was like, fight me. Yeah. And he was like, no. And then he started running and I started chasing after him. And after 30 feet, I went, I'm being insane. Yeah. And I stopped and then I hopped into a cab and drove off.
Oh, interesting.
So I think that equates to 2 drives up and down, screaming, fuck you.
Yeah. I like that. Dude, I was at the airport today getting picked up by the Uber. And at LAX, they have like this Uber pickup area. And this one Uber was like blocking everyone else. Like there's the pickup lane, then there's the drive lane. And he was like half and half in both. And my Uber driver pulls up behind him. And he's like, he like starts honking. He's like, hey, move, I gotta pick up this guy. And the guy doesn't move, so he gets out of his car. He's like, hey, you gotta move, dumbass, you're blocking the lane. And he's just yelling at him. He's like, I don't know what the guy said, but he's like, what? Fuck me? No, fuck you, motherfucker. Fucking move, you dumb piece of shit. He's like, fuck this dude. And then all the other Uber drivers are like, is that your driver? And I was like, yeah, man.
Dude, that's awesome.
I was dying laughing. He's like, sorry about that, man. I was like, no, I loved it. I just got in his car and he's like driving like a madman.
Was he driving fast?
Yeah.
He's a fired up dude. You probably need
it.
people like that to keep things moving along.
It's also nice when, when someone who's like, in that instance, they're like working for you.
Yeah.
You can say they're also fighting for you,
Oh, I like that.
I was like, he wants me to get to where I gotta go.
He cares about his clients.
Yeah.
Or he cares about his clients.
Yeah, that
he
fired
takes care
me
of
up.
them.
Yeah.
Beast.
But dude, it's just so funny when like just you see 2 people just like, fuck you, motherfucker.
I love it.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen enough anymore.
No.
I feel like it used to be more common.
I feel like in New York you get a good dose.
People do it a lot.
Yeah.
Not in LA.
Yeah. Maybe we gotta bring that back.
I do like fighting in public. It's pretty hilarious. You know what I like to do? I anytime I go on a date, I start a fake fight with whoever I'm on the date with.
Uh-huh.
Or I'll say something embarrassing. Like we'll be walking. I'll be like, babe, stop telling me how you support apartheid. Like it's not okay. And then I'll just watch people make a face, or I'll be like, you cheated on me again with Darren?
Yeah.
Twice with the same dude. I told you need to find a new tennis instructor. Yeah. And then just see how people react to it. Yeah.
How's it go?
It's fun. It's always fun.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Do they like playing along?
I mean, I never get a second date, but it's always fun.
Worth it, though.
Yeah, worth it, dude, for the bit. No, most people play along. Most people go.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Aaron, how you doing, man?
Doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's the baby?
Baby's good. She's about to get her second set of shots.
How many shots do they get?
I think this will be like 7 in the first 4 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, total?
Yeah.
So she's probably going to get like 3 or 4 in this one?
Yeah, probably 3.
Interesting.
3 or 4 what?
Vaccinations.
Whoa.
Why is she getting
Oh, just but not COVID related.
No,
just
no,
like
no.
life ones.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
for
yeah.
like polio and stuff.
Yeah. Mumps or something. I don't know what she's getting exactly this time.
Yeah.
She'll be strong.
I remember that as a kid, getting vaccinations.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Not as a baby, obviously, but I think when I was like 6 or 7, those, they look at your dink and then they give you a shot. It's so brutal.
They look at your dick
Yeah.
for the vaccine?
I think just in general.
Yeah, generally.
They just check out your dink. Your doctor didn't look at your dink?
Not enough.
Oh, dude, Dr. Van Shank really cared about my hog.
That's nice.
Yeah, he's like, let me see that thing. Yeah, here you go.
You have like an interesting memory, right? Like, don't you not remember like?
I don't remember anything. I remember certain things very specifically. I remember the schedule. I remember the emails. But I don't remember my life.
You don't remember? Yeah. Do you think that's better though?
I like it because I found with like if I've like dated, I don't know, there's someone I dated specifically who just like always lived in the past. It's like, yeah, I just think about my childhood all the time. I'm like, that kind of sucks. Like, why don't you live in the now?
Yeah, you're more present.
Yeah, I like to think that. I think it's either I'm more present or I just have bad memory.
But both things can be true though.
I do have specific memory, I guess. I don't know.
Like distinct memories?
Well, you have a really interesting memory too.
I remember everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll like remember stuff from when I was like 2 or 3 sometimes.
Yeah.
But that's rare. I have like a couple memories from then that I've had corroborated by my mom that are true.
Yeah.
I probably sound a little wonky, but yeah, I think I remember stuff from then.
Yeah. Well, I'll talk to high school friends or college friends, and they'll be like, dude, do you remember this time where you told Professor Marta, that you didn't understand Spanish? I don't know. Something.
Funny.
Or you came in hungover or something. Like, I don't remember any of that. My friends are like, every time I see high school friends, they're like, they have all these stories, and I'm like, dude, I remember like one of these stories.
Are you crushing it in most of the stories? Probably, and that's probably because you're so present.
Oh, dude, thank you, man. Yeah,
you're so present that in all these stories, you don't even remember what you're doing.
Yeah,
but it's making a big impact.
I was channeling Eckhart Tolle.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been telling people that I think my purpose in life is to give other people memorable experiences.
That's cool.
And
that's a good purpose.
I think it's a dope purpose.
I think that is your purpose.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I thought about it.
Yeah.
Because
Why did you determine that?
Dude, just everything is filtered through the dating, but I was on Hinge and I was asking people what's the meaning of life as my opener. And I realized it's a terrible opener because it's too heavy and also it just is like it's too hard to answer.
Yeah.
Because then someone asked me, they're like, what do you think the meaning of life is? I was like, oh, I don't think I can answer it. I was like, but I think I can answer what the purpose of my life is.
Yeah.
And then I got there.
Right. Interesting.
And it was better that way.
That's a cool purpose.
I think it's a better thing to ask people too than what's the meaning of life. You go, what's your purpose?
Yeah.
Because people get a little more engaged that way.
Right. Yeah, the meaning of life can be so...
Who knows?
Yeah. That's really interesting.
I don't even think there's like a satisfying answer for what's like the meaning of life.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone was like, the meaning of life is to like dance, I'd be like, that's fire, but like, does that encompass enough?
Right. Yeah, no, it's too general.
But if someone was like, if I was like, what's your purpose? And they were like, to dance, I'd be like, that makes sense.
Right.
And there's probably some dank meaning in that as well.
Yeah. I think a lot of it is finding your own personal happiness. And that could be through creating memorable experiences for people.
Yeah, and I love happiness, but I like to be sad too much too.
Right.
Yeah, I get fired up on
maybe that's your
set.
personal happiness, though. Feeling.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Feeling alive.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah. How's single life?
Dude, it's fun. I've been going on a ton of dates.
Yeah.
I've been relentless.
Yeah.
They've been really fun though. I love getting to know people.
Yeah.
But it's been a lot. But I love it. Yeah.
It's cool.
But then, it sucks too, because 2 weeks ago I was like, this is the worst thing I've ever experienced.
Well, it's so up and down because it's like, if you're on the apps and stuff, you're just sort of living and dying by each message. You're kind of like, I forgot about the up and down of it.
It's tough.
Yeah.
But I think once you get a few dates going and it gets a little more normal and you get into the routine of it, it gets fun.
Yeah.
But
when you're a little less raw.
Yeah, you're a little less raw from the breakup and you've kind of gotten the ball rolling and you've like learned how to like reacclimate to it.
Yeah.
Or you've reacclimated to it. It's I think then it's fun.
Yeah.
But who knows? 2 weeks from now I could be like, it's a huge memory. But I had a lot of fun last week. It was
That's
fun.
cool.
Yeah.
I'm reading Eat, Pray, Love.
Oh, dude, nice.
Yeah.
Very interesting selection.
Yeah. They have a great book about, divorce in your 30s.
Strider's going to hate this, but he used to call it Eat, Pray, Menopause.
No, Nick, Nick, we had him on the podcast. He's like, bro, you should read Eat, Pray, Love. And I was like, I got to read it for just the experience of it. Cause but I'm enjoying it. It's nice to get that perspective from a lady.
I think there's a lot of value in that. I was talking to a comedian at our show on Thursday.
Yeah.
When he was going through relationship problems.
Yeah.
This was years ago. He's like crushing it now. And he was like, the way he got better is he read like a female driven book about like, being attracted to men who are bad for you.
Right.
And he just really related to it.
Oh, interesting.
But I thought that was so beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think oftentimes the best answer to your problems can be going to like the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
But having the same problem.
Yeah.
And somehow it's easier to connect that way.
Yeah. Well, I'm reading it now, and she talks about, you know, her divorce, and then she like fell in love with another guy, and then that fell apart, you know, and it gets into like the details of like why it fell apart and stuff, and you're like, and you can relate to it, and you're like, you can glean stuff from it where you're like, oh, that's sort of similar to me, blah blah blah.
There's a reason that book sold like a bajillion copies, and they made a Julia Roberts movie out of it.
Yeah. And
that lady has a good TED talk about creativity.
Yeah, great TED talk.
And like lifestyle, I guess you could call it, where she thinks we romanticize like the Hemingways in them too much for being miserable. She was like, no, they would have been better writers if they were like stoked more.
Right.
Which it's a hard thing to say, but because I mean, they crushed it pretty good as miserable people.
Yeah.
But it's a very compelling talk. It certainly made me feel better about like trying to be happy and then still trying to make stuff.
Totally. Yeah. I think if your vessel is like optimized and in tune, then you're a little more, this is kind of what she said. You're a little more, readily available to get that creative input.
I think so.
I think, yeah.
No, it's well said. I think Mulaney and Pete Holmes, when they did a podcast like a decade ago, they said like they were talking about romanticizing sadness, and they were like, it gets in the way. Yeah. Like you're actually better when you're feeling good. Yeah. I think that's true. I want to do stand up more when I'm happy, and I want to podcast more when I'm happy. Yeah. No, for past couple weeks, you know, I'll get into like moments of sadness and stuff. Yeah, we were both blue. Yeah. And it's just like, it's debilitating. You don't want to do anything. And you're a stoke lord. Yeah, stoke lord. I was hanging out with my mom too, who I love, and I was like, I don't want to be like in this like anxiety, but sadness. Baby, you can be sad in front of your mom. That's what she's there for. No. No. It's great to be sad with my mom, but you want to be chipper. Yeah. Yeah, it's just, you know, you don't get to see him that often, so you don't want to be like, why am I like stressing over, you know, love shit. When I have my mom and a golden retriever, you know. But yeah, I was worried about I worry about it too, like being sad in front of people, because you're like, you know, I don't want to bring down the vibe, and I don't want to like, you know, be too like counter, but like I think when at least my therapist, the person I pay to tell me things that I like, when he was like, he's like, you're sad, that's what's going on right here, you're sad about the breakup, and I was like, damn it. But I know it kind of felt good to hear it. I was like, that gives me an understanding at least. And then he was like, it looks good on you, and I was like, oh, thank you. Oh, interesting. Yeah. So maybe sometimes if you're blue, it's like people are gonna be like, whoa, I really like that. Well, it is nice to have some dimensions. Yeah, of course, right? Keep people guessing. Dude, I was thinking about that, like just getting too drunk at parties and stuff, because I got too drunk at a party on Friday, and I was saying stupid shit. Basically all the things I just said I was saying. Yeah. And then I think you got to do it sometimes. Yeah. I think you got to be an idiot sometimes. Mm-hmm. I had so much outrageous energy I needed to get out. Mm-hmm. You know, it had been like a year piled up in me, and then I just was like, I'm just going to be kind of wild. I have that urge too. And I went too far at times. You know what I mean? And then I was like, and so the next day there was a lot of suffering, anxiety. A lot of anxiety. Yeah. Like I thought I had to do damage control. I was like texting people and stuff. Yeah. And that's a brutal, brutal feeling. Oh, I can't handle it. Sometimes you just gotta let loose. But I'm so scared of that next day, like damage control stuff, that I can't handle that anxiety, that I just like, I try to structure my life so I just don't have to be in that position. Well, that's why I like having a girlfriend too. That's why I like hanging out with solid people. Yeah. It is good to keep those things few and far between. Yeah. I want to live a productive, successful life. And I want to be in entertainment too. You know, you gotta be pretty clean. Right. You don't want to give people a bunch of things that they can ammo. Just upend the momentum with. Yeah. I mean, I don't think most people are like looking to do that, but you do have to be smart. Totally. Yeah, I hate that blacked out feeling. You're always nice though. I know. Yeah, I the best blacked out thing. This was actually probably my favorite blacked out incident that I had. Is like
it was in college, and we had pledges and stuff, and they were in the basement getting hazed, you know. I was always on the pledges side, so I would come in. They were like getting like they had to do like push-ups, and I would come in and like black down, like disrupt it, so they could get a rest, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like crowd surf them. They'd be like, "It's all good, dudes," and I'd run back out. And then I went to my buddy Bo's room, no, Riley's room. And I don't remember this at all. I put on Slipknot and destroyed his room with like a bat. He's like, you trashed my fucking room. I was like, dude, that's awesome. And he forgave me.
He did?
Yeah.
Nice. I want to talk about that forgiveness.
Yeah.
I've been so lucky with like, because I was thinking about how I was like, you know, probably an ass and said some, everybody was being pretty wild at the party. I don't think I was that out of step. But you know, so many people are like, we never forgive people, and especially with like the girls and guys stuff. Like, it's like, oh yeah, like I don't even feel like I can be a man anymore. If I make any mistake, I'm gonna get in trouble, or like people are gonna ruin my life.
Yeah.
I'm like, that has not been my experience.
Right.
Like my experience has been like a lifelong apology tour.
Yeah.
Where I've just like fucked up and done stupid stuff, and people were like, hey, you're a good guy. We like forgive you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think people have been overwhelmingly kind to me.
Right.
In terms of, like, even like people I picked on when I was younger, like they're all pretty cool with me now.
I think that probably has something to do with like energy and just like who you are underneath.
Like
right?
they can sense that there's some.
Yeah, you're like truly sorry, or that you're not a bad guy.
Well, that's a big part too, is apologizing.
Yeah.
Like I'll never like hesitate to say sorry to someone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if I fucked up, or if I hurt someone's feelings.
Yeah.
I don't understand people who like don't say thank you and don't apologize. It's so easy.
Yeah.
Not that I'm some great guy, but like I'm apologizing because I fucked up. But like, just apologize.
You're right.
This is small potatoes, but my buddy was in the war zone in Call of Duty and had enough money to buy me back, and instead he got a loadout. I was furious.
That's really funny.
I was furious, dude.
That's hilarious.
I was so fucking pissed. And like 2 weeks earlier, he had left me in the gas.
Yeah.
When he was in a Bertha, like the truck.
Yeah.
And he had time to save me, and he goes, "No time, JT." And he drove away, and I died.
Yeah.
And I was pissed then. So then when he did this a couple weeks ago, I was like, every time I play with you, you fuck me over.
Yeah.
I was like, I hope you lose. And then they got second place, and I was like, good.
Yeah.
And I signed off. But then he texted me later, and he was like, hey man, I'm sorry, I love you.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, you're a fucking beast, man. I love you too. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it is interesting in the in Warzone when your teammates ditch you, you know, because they're like, I can't like.
There's too many guys. I gotta
there's
get
too many
out.
guys. I gotta bail. And you're like, all right, I'm gonna take note.
Dude,
I'm gonna take note of this.
I was a coward when I first played because I was so bad. I was like, there's no way I can come in and help. I was like, if you're down, it's over.
Yeah.
And so literally, if someone had all of our screens, it'd be 3 guys fighting and my guy booking it for like the
you're
next
just
town
running,
over. Just running, straight cowardice.
Yeah.
And dude, it's almost a metaphor for the beginning of COVID when I just ran to Orange County. I think I was just in a running mood. I was like, go, baby, go.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember you ditched me one time early on.
When we were playing Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
I'm better about it now, but still not ideal. But yeah, I was Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Do you see that Fast and Furious is going to space?
Is that true?
Yeah.
I saw something that the next one, if you like Google it, it says it's going to be 3 hours and 11 minutes.
I heard that too.
Nice.
Interesting.
Little short, but it'll be good.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But dude, going to space, I mean, that's the next move.
So are they going to be wearing suits, or can Dom
I don't know. Should we watch?
breathe in space?
Should we watch?
Does Dom know
I think
how to
Dom can breathe in space.
That's legit.
He's just familiar.
All he needs is his family around to be able to breathe.
Yeah.
That keeps his oxygen
Like,
pumped.
do you need a suit? I need a Corona.
Just sipping a beer in space. It's going to be
Just-
icy
just
cold.
floating.
It's going to be chilled.
Just floating. He's doing like some flips.
He's going to fucking sock the rock all the way to Mars, dude.
Yeah. Ah.
Boning in space. That'll be cool. Racing cars. Are they still going to have cars?
Should we watch it?
I'm down. What kind of ad is this? Dude, I'm obsessed with ads and business now. I'll tell you why later in my Legend of the Week.
Cool.
But I'm into it. This is the real trailer? Mm-hmm. Oh, he looks a little skinny. Get a nicer place, Dom.
We heard y'all needed a little love out here. Y'all ever thought about the wild missions we've been on? We've taken out planes.
So dumb. We're 9. He's all about family. He's had a brother for 9 movies. Sorry, I don't mean to talk shit. I'm being sacrilege.
Now your little family is my world. Are you ready? Whatever's on you. Is you ready? It's on us. Are you ready?
He's on his own private army. We need help.
Wait, what's he got? Word that you got. Word that you got.
No way.
You ready? Oh,
Is that Han?
It's Han.
They reanimated him?
fast. We going on. We going on.
So no one can...
I don't know the timeline. Maybe this is before he dies.
No, they shouldn't do that. He's got to be back from the dead. That's the only option.
Brother against brother. This should be.
I love Charlize Theron in there.
But could you kill him? Maybe you right for me when you die.
Crank it all the way up.
Get back with the soldiers.
That's awesome. Dude, that's really cool.
Man, we messing with magnets now?
Love that dialogue.
Is that Zoe Kravitz?
Is she in it? That'd be
looks like
weird if
Zoe
she did
Kravitz.
it. That seems like an odd choice for her. I think it's someone
Or is that
else.
Michelle Rodriguez?
No, there's definitely someone new there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's Michelle Rodriguez. No, I don't think that's Zoe Kravitz, though.
Dude, we gotta see this in theaters.
Oh, of course.
How long do these movies take to make?
How much what?
How long do they take to make?
I don't know. I mean, it's got to be a long shoot.
Not today.
But I mean, they're probably pretty efficient.
Yeah.
Really? Cupcake?
They're going to space, dude.
Okay. Oh, this is perfect. Yeah, that's the perfect amount of space.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I thought you meant like
Whoa.
whole acts were going to take place in space.
I thought that too because that's what people are saying. But
It looks really sick.
yeah,
Can I say one thing, though?
yeah,
I don't know if John Cena is a good bad guy.
right.
I don't know if he can be a bad guy. Because even in wrestling, his issue was that they couldn't make him into a heel. Or he refused to be one.
Yeah,
But there is something about him that just feels kind of nice.
I
Or harmless. That's what it is. He feels kind of harmless. No disrespect. I know he'd snap me in half.
right.
But he just doesn't seem like a dude who would be a villain.
He doesn't have the shadow, the inner shadow.
It's not there.
Yeah.
Or if it is, it's so deeply compartmentalized, it's
Yeah.
on like a Cosby level.
He's more like a Captain America.
Totally.
Yeah. Well, maybe he's a good guy.
He should turn that way. So
Yeah,
they
maybe-
reanimated Han.
Yeah.
I loved Han.
Han's great.
Thought it was a mistake to kill
Always
him.
eating like chips or something.
Very cool.
That if I remember an action movie, I want to be the guy always eating like fries.
You want to take like the Brad Pitt,
Yeah.
you want to inherit that.
It's
trait.
like, oh, he's eating a shrimp cocktail now. Yeah, no, this is ceviche.
I think you always look badass if you're throwing some seafood into your gullet. dude.
Totally. Yeah, you just look so nonchalant.
It's like, you think I'm afraid of you, dude? Just breaking some soft shell crab into your mouth.
That'd be funny if you spilled all over your shirt.
You just spill food on your finger. Oh, shit. The guy's like waiting to threaten to kill you. You're like, dude, I'm an idiot. Sorry. Man. What were you saying?
I said we're gonna rob the Bellagio.
Oh, okay.
I have a anonymous tip that you and your crew are gonna rob this casino tonight.
Oh, sorry, dude.
Are you okay?
I housed too many corn pops in one gulp.
I'm sorry, this is serious. This is a police issue.
Uh-huh. What?
Are you done?
Mm-hmm. Just ate 12 shrimp.
Is that a vape?
Yeah. Banana. Dude, I'm addicted to this thing. And here's the thing, I don't want to quit.
That's how I felt.
I don't want to quit. I love it right now.
Because it's like a little reward.
It's nice to have it around.
Yeah.
I get a little stressed.
Yeah.
Grab it. I feel a little better.
Yeah. Well, it's nice when you're like,
I know I'm looking down some pain, but
no, I mean, it's not that hard to get over to quit.
dude, that's how you described it. But everyone else I talked to was
Yeah.
like, I think sometimes because you're so powerful at getting through things.
Oh, thanks.
And you don't really like to bitch. I'll be
Yeah.
like, how was it? You're like, yeah, it kind of sucked, but it was fine.
Yeah.
And then
What are people saying?
I'll talk to other friends. They're like, it was the hardest 2 weeks of my life. Like I was screaming at my dog after 3 days.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted to like tear the world's head off.
Well, you just got to go on a trip. Like,
I like that idea.
you got to go on a trip because then I remember I went to see my dad and I was like, all right, this is when I'm quitting Puff Bar. And I left it at home, flew to see my dad. And that first night I was kind of like, you know, I just didn't really know how to operate. I was kind of like, And he's like, what do you want to do? I'm like, he's like, you want to go to Carl's Jr.? I'm like, yeah, for sure. And I like could barely talk. And I was like, this is weird. I'm sure I'm weirding him out because I didn't tell him. Like, I didn't tell him I was smoking Puff Bar and I quit that day. So I was like, I'll just grip through it. But then, like, the next day, like, I just started to feel a little bit, I think the release from, like, the constant sort of little anxiety it gave me, like, made me feel more
Agitated?
lighthearted. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I think having that little nugget of, like, joy where I was like, oh, that I can reach that.
That
If I just
boost.
suffer through this a little bit, that's what pulled me through. So that's why it's hard if I like start doing it again for like 2 or 3 days or something to quit then, because then I still have the feeling of like, but I love doing this. I don't really see a downside at this point. You know what I mean?
Totally. I had an experience like that where I was in Miami visiting my dad.
Yeah.
And he's like, let's drive to Key West. And the night before, I got so fucked up.
Yeah.
And we were driving to Key West, and I was literally dead in the car, but I didn't want to complain about it.
Yeah.
And then we were stuck in traffic, and my dad's like, do we turn around? And I was like, yes.
Yeah.
And everyone else was like, no, Key West. And I
Yeah.
was like, fuck my life, dude. And then we went and got lunch, and like people in Key West, it's like a slower vibe out there.
Yeah.
Like the waitress, it was like, I think it took her like 15 minutes to get our order, and I was like, please, eggs.
Yeah.
And she was like, what kind of eggs? I was like, chicken eggs. She's like, well, how do you want those eggs?
Yeah.
And I was like, over medium.
Yeah.
She was like, from a pan? I was like, are you fucking with me? I was like, are you torturing me? And she like brought me the wrong food, and I was just like, oh, I don't know what to do here.
Yeah.
And we got to Key West, I just slept in. But then at the end of the day, I was like, guys, I was so hungover for that. And my whole family was like, you should have just said something. We would have turned around.
Oh, really?
I was like, what?
Yeah. That's the worst. When people when you have stuff to do when you're hungover. I remember in high school, I partied a lot with my buddy Ross, and then his dad was taking us to like the Friars Club in New York City the next day. So we were at like this Friars Club, and I couldn't eat. And they're like, the Friars Club, huh, boys? And I'm like, I'm gonna fucking throw up.
I'm
all
gonna
over this
die.
table. Yeah.
I went on
a sad moment.
I went on a date after partying too hard, and I was flop sweating.
Saturday?
Yeah, I was flop sweating in the car on the way.
Really?
And I got to her house, and I was like, fuck my life. I was like, dude, just bring it. Just bring it. You got this, bro.
Yeah.
And then I was like, don't cancel. Just go in there.
Yeah.
Talked to Strider on the way. He's like, are you going on that date? I
Yeah.
was like, yeah. He's like, you're an animal. I was like, gotta do it, dude. I was shaking.
Dude, I have some dates planned for post-vaccine.
Right.
I'm kind of like, I don't know.
I know. I'm
We're
excited.
getting our second dose this Wednesday.
Dude, should we talk about how I dated someone for a little bit? Just a couple dates, broke it off. She matched with Chad on Hinge 2 days later.
Oh, yeah. I didn't realize it.
The savagery.
But
But
she didn't.
did she make that happen? I don't know Hinge.
She has to like Chad's photo for that to happen.
But she didn't engage in conversation.
But still.
She might have liked it while you were seeing her, like just as like, hey, that's his buddy.
I think it's sketch.
I don't know.
But if you guys love each other, you got to go for it.
Oh, we haven't talked.
But if you, I think enough time's passed now. If you love her,
Well, I messaged
Yeah.
her. I'm like, are you here for friends?
I need intel on JT.
man.
Speaking of vaccines, I got vaccinated.
Oh, you got vaccinated. Oh, you get
Yes.
Johnson & Johnson?
I got the J&J, so I am
How do you
I'm a
feel?
few days from being fully vaccinated.
Yeah, almost at 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, Thursday.
Did you have side effects?
Just a little like achiness
Yeah.
all over. the next day, but so mild it was like
Yeah.
could just be I'm tired. I don't know.
Yeah.
We've got our vaccine coming up on Wednesday, and I'm a little bit worried about how jacked up it's going to get me.
Yeah.
Our second Moderna.
Well, people say the second one is worse, but I've also heard stories where people say the first is the worst. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a crapshoot.
I think that's your positivity, though. I think the second one's the doozer.
Is that, yeah.
I've heard people get knocked out by the first one.
Really? But it seems like most people think this.
Yeah,
the
most
second
people
one.
it's the second, but I have heard the first.
But you're not. You'll be fine. You'll
I
surf
don't know.
right over that thing.
I got chills.
Did you?
Yeah. Well, Chan Chi, our camera guy,
Mm-hmm.
he got fucked up by the first one. And the second
Oh.
one, he didn't really.
I think they say if the first one fucks you up, you're good on the second one.
Really? I don't know if the first one fucked me up that bad.
I didn't feel much.
Yeah.
It was a very low grade fatigue.
Yeah. I did feel off for like a week though.
I did too. I tried to work out like 4 days later, and I was like, I gassed really quick.
Yeah.
I might just be out of shape too, but
I as weird as this sounds, I really love driving through Dodger Stadium to get it.
it's fun.
It feels like a graduation ceremony, you know?
Yeah.
Because you're like I made it.
Right.
There's something. I was with Lucchese and stuff, and it was just weirdly joyous, even though it was like getting a vaccine.
I felt the same way though. After I got it, I was like, I did it. I made it. I made it through this whole thing without getting COVID.
Yeah.
You know, now I'm like kind of on the other side of it.
Yeah.
It did feel, even before it had like fully, taken hold and given me all of its benefits, I was like, I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's cool seeing my mom. It was like weird because she's fully vaccinated, but it's just weird that it's like you have to sort of like to be like, no, we're good now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Do you know what I realized? You were so nice about your mom's dog passing away, and then my dad's dog, he had to off his dog like a week or two ago.
Oh, really?
And I really haven't thought about it much.
Oh, really? Well, I think I just have such a I love golden retrievers so much. What kind of dog was it?
It was a Bichon Frise.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
See, you care more about it already.
I just love dogs.
I think it's nice. You have good like empathy. My dad was like, Coco's gone. I was like, yep, shit happens, dude.
Was
Well,
he
did you
sad?
like grow up with it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really?
I lived with her for like 7 years.
Was he sad?
Yeah, he was devastated.
Yeah.
He loves that dog.
It's hard.
I guess I was more sad for my dad.
Yeah.
I was sad for my dad, but
Well-
not that sad.
Well, Luna was particularly tragic because she was only 4.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really sad.
Yeah, and it was just
Coco,
like
Coco had been on a
cancer.
downward trajectory for years.
Yeah, and Luna was like a beautiful dog, just like picture perfect.
Coco was ugly.
There's something to that.
No, she wasn't ugly. She wasn't
Our
ugly.
Bichon, we had to put down my family's dog, and we've had her like 15 years, but it's like she got real weird looking like towards the end, lost a lot of weight and just dragging. It's weird.
Bichons are weird to pet, you know, because like their fur is just like.
Really? They're
I'm giving
curly.
you a look. Look, I still defend my girl.
yeah, sorry.
Are you coming in a little hot on Coco there, buddy?
Yeah. Sorry, Coco.
Me and Coco had some days together. Yeah. Dude, I've mentioned on here before, but my friend was dating someone who was their dog was like a social media star.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
And I guess the dog was like desperate to die. And then this lady was like, you can't die, dude. Like, this is our
my
biz.
livelihood.
She was like pumping her with like vitamin B12 every day and like putting her in poses. And
Yeah.
my friend was like, dude, it was brutal to watch. Like the dog was like staring into his eyes like, do it, bro. Just end me, man.
Yeah.
Drop something heavy on me.
They like can't walk, so you're giving it shots of what's that?
Adrenaline.
And then they
EpiPens.
yeah, like in Sons of Anarchy, he has arthritis in his hands, so she just gives him shots in his what is it? Cortisol.
Yeah.
Just gives shots of cortisol, and just like now move. He's just fucking,
It was like a Frankenstein dog.
yeah.
It just wanted to
constantly,
go.
constantly trying to sneak under you while you sit down. Like,
Yeah.
Smash me.
Yeah.
It's killing itself.
yeah.
We had a friend's
Pull a
dog.
Christopher.
We had a friend's dog that was like pretty sure killed itself. They
Really?
kept it in the dark in the garage. And
Oh,
never let it
right.
out. And then they were like, "Yeah, it ran into traffic." I was like, "It got loose," and it made a decision.
Yeah, dude.
It made a strong choice.
Well, you said you would walk in the garage and
just
whoa.
Before you turn on the lights, you just see its eyes, and then you'd hit the lights, and his dog would walk over. And be like, what the fuck fuck are they doing to me, man? Yeah. They had a big ass house, and you were like, dude, you could let this dog like live in the side yard. And they would always be like, it doesn't like to come inside. We were like, no, dude, it likes to come inside.
Oh man, that's so sad.
Yeah.
It was a bummer. They treated the next dog better, but they tortured that one.
It's funny when people have really ugly dogs, and they'll like post photos. Like there's just one dog that I know of that's like a mangled looking poodle. You know, they're like, here's. I don't want to say the name because like,
You don't want to sandbag him. I appreciate that.
they're like, here's what's the name? Here's Tulip, and he's like, whoa. you're like, oh, okay. You're just.
Is that an LA dog?
It's a San Francisco dog.
I think in LA and San Francisco too, there's like some reverse pride in having the most mangled looking animal.
Yeah.
It's like, you see my thing, it's like the ugliest thing in the world, but I love it.
Yeah.
I choose to love this guy.
Yeah.
But I like your style where you're like, you see this golden retriever? Purebred. $9 million for this guy. Dude.
Yeah, dude.
Literally genetically perfect.
Yeah, dude.
Just Brad Pitt.
When my
from
mom
Legends of
talks
the
about
Fall.
Luna, she's like, no, Luna was a 10. Luna was beautiful. Luna was perfect.
I love that.
Yeah.
Dude, this is random, but do you hear the guy from The Bachelor, Colton Underwood, came out as gay?
Mm-hmm.
Which is great. You know, it's so good. You know, he's out. It's crazy he did a full season acting like straight hair. But I remembered with his ex-girlfriend,
Yeah.
she got a restraining order against him.
Right.
And don't you feel like that was him trying to act like a straight guy?
It was the girl. It was the girl that won, right? Like, yeah, his ex-girlfriend is the girl who won The Bachelor.
I feel like he was like trying to like be straight with her, and he was like, I think I gotta like terrorize this broad. That's what a straight guy would do.
Right.
He's like, if she gets a restraining order against me, no one's gonna think I'm gay.
What did they like specify? Why?
No, I don't think I know. I mean, it was probably, he was just, you know, I guess you got to be stalking her, right, to get a restraining order.
Yeah.
Like, those aren't easy. So yeah, he's probably just showing up at her house and not leaving.
Jeez.
Probably driving by at 50.
Fuck you. Fuck you. It's Colton Underwood outside.
Yeah.
Fuck you. You fucking assholes. He was saying something else, but it was so funny. He was just bombing up and down the road.
Yeah.
Dude, that's COVID too. Everyone's just crazy right now.
Yeah. Totally.
You can feel it when you're hanging out with people. You're like, there's like an energy that people want to get out.
Yeah.
Do we have that one homie who comes to all of our stand-up shows? Oh, you missed it. So we did our stand-up shows last Thursday. Dude, he was interrupting your set a lot though too, right?
Yeah.
Nice guy. He listens to the pod, but I want him to hear this.
Yeah.
He's got to keep it down. Dude, he's I love the guy, but he
Yeah.
just talks so much during the sets.
Yeah. Nice guy, but yeah.
Super nice guy. Best energy in the world.
Yeah.
After the show, we do a selfie, we hang out. Good
Yeah.
hang. Good guy.
Yeah.
Definitely a friend. He needs to shut the fuck up during the show though.
Totally.
It's like
You can be agreeing and heckle and be a heckler. Yeah.
that's the thing. It's positive, but he's like, I'm like, so yeah, I went to this Catholic high school. He's like, fuck yeah, JT.
Yeah.
And then you're like, thanks, bro. And he's like, you got it, dude.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like they think it's like helping you and stuff, and I don't mind it at first because I'm like, oh, thanks, man. Yeah, blah, blah. But then you'll be in the middle of a joke, and he'll be like, all right, yeah, thanks, man. And then you're like, I don't know where I am in this joke, and he just totally.
You got to reset and get
Yeah.
back into like performance mode, and then
Yeah.
it feels a little disingenuous, and then.
Yeah.
But it's hard. I was like, dude, you got to shut up, and he
Yeah.
kind of couldn't.
Yeah.
He got better, but he was still talking.
Yeah.
He's just fired up.
Good guy.
He's a great guy. I also think he's so stoked that when I was getting mad at him, he was just stoked we were talking.
Right.
Like I was like looking at him and I was like, dude, audience, to listen. Stole that from Bill Maher.
Yeah.
Bill Maher. I was like, shut the fuck up, dude. And he was like, for sure, dog. It's like, no, dude.
For sure, dude.
I am upset.
Yeah.
It's like, you gotta shut up.
Yeah.
And but I hope he still keeps coming to all the shows, and I'll say what up to him. He'll probably, dude, I bet you he hears this and he's like in his car listening to the podcast and he's just like, fuck yeah, dogs.
Yeah, I could see it. Dude, that sounds just like him, too.
He's just fired up.
Fuck yeah, JT. Fuck yeah, dude.
You said you had like a funny joke. I love the new joke about you not knowing when people are gonna fight you.
Oh, yeah.
And then Chad does this hilarious joke, and after the joke, he goes, "Heard that on the podcast, dude."
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. I'm like, no, I don't think he did. Yeah, I heard that on the podcast, dude.
This is so funny.
Fuck yeah, dude. Here's the joke. Imagine if he was at like your special or something. You're like taping your special and fuck yeah, dude.
That'd be pretty hilarious. Yeah. You're like, dude, they're recording this. I get one chance.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, for sure, dude. My bad. Then 5 minutes later, he's like, fuck yeah, dude. It just his goldfish brain just resets.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I don't know if I'd want that even while I'm playing softball. Like,
It's a lot. And we're doing stand up, so you kind of want attention, but it's drawing a bit too much.
yeah, I kind of like when I get cheers, I'm like, yeah, I'm doing my job. I'm doing the thing.
Right.
This is what I'm
we're
supposed
okay,
to
guys.
do.
Yeah.
I'm a pro.
After you hit, you want the fuck yeah, Aaron.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, now when you're at bat, that's so true.
But like when you're swinging, fuck yeah, Aaron.
Yeah, before and after the set.
Yeah.
When the job is completed. I'm thinking about goldfish brain. The craziest example I ever saw, I had a 4th of July party, and then I just heard, I was outside, I was super tired, and I just heard people going, get the fuck out of here, you motherfucker. And I thought some dude I didn't know had punched one of my buddies, so I was like, and he was a big guy, and I was like, oh, dude, this is going to be crazy. But when it turned out, I came in, I was like, what happened? And the big dude, his name was Cam, he's like, dude, this homeless guy barged in here, and I just lit him up. And then my friend Andrew, I guess he got roughed up, and then this guy backed him up. So it was the opposite of what I thought. This guy was actually helping our friends. But then I looked out. He's like, dude, he came in, barged into the bathroom, locked the door, pushed my friend Andrew out of the way to get into the bathroom. Then Cam banged on the door. And when he opened the door, the homeless guy just came out attacking him. So Cam just started punching him in the face with rights.
Yeah.
And threw him out the door. And so then he's like, dude, I fucked him up. I hit him like, he was pretty pumped.
Yeah.
He's like, I punched him like 10 times, just straight in the face, and threw him out the door. And when I looked out the door peephole, the homeless guy was walking around like nothing happened. He was just walking down the street like this. Like he had no memory of just Cam
That's hilarious.
just drilling him.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was riding on the plane because I was thinking about like golden retrievers, and every time you wake up, they just like they see you, they like run out, and they're just like tails wagging. It's like Christmas morning for them every morning, and I'm sort of like, is that the peak of existence?
Yeah,
Have your brain like that, where every morning you're just fired up, or do we want this human intelligence?
It's a good question. I mean, there's a lot of movies about it, right? Like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yeah.
Like, is it better not to remember? Is there more joy in just every day just being a new gift?
Yeah.
Or the movie Mother, this like Korean movie that's pretty dope. Like,
Yeah.
she, in the end, I don't want to give it away, but it's about like, it's sometimes people would prefer just to not remember.
Right. Are our dogs fully present? Is that what's going on, or they just don't remember?
They're totally present.
Yeah.
I don't know if animals have memory, right? Because a dog
They
will
have
remember
some
someone.
memory. Yeah.
They'll remember if someone mistreats them.
Totally. Yeah.
But yeah, I do wonder how that works for them. I mean, I don't know how integrated their consciousness is.
Yeah.
I think they just feel it as like survival instincts, right? Like they're like, okay, this dude was rude to me, doesn't give me treats. My body tells me to go the other way.
Right.
But we're more like, should I go the other way, or should I try to convince that person that I'm actually worthy of doggy treats?
Yeah.
That's the conflict that we have to suffer through. I love it. I want to remember everything. That's my saddest thing about death, is that I won't remember everything.
Right. Right.
But maybe you go through some stuff it's too painful to remember. But I can't think of anything that's too painful to remember.
I
Maybe
definitely
I've
worry
been
about
lucky.
losing memories.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, that makes up who you are today. That's how you think about
Absolutely.
everything.
Well, this lady who had a near-death experience said that you when you leave your body, you're still like consciousness and awareness, and you just go into another realm where time is non-existent. It all exists in one
Simultaneously.
simultaneously, and you can see your whole life. So
That'd be cool.
If that's true,
To be honest, acid felt like that.
yeah,
Where you kind of feel like you get the cheat codes to like time and space. I've only
Yeah.
done it once, but
yeah,
it did feel like that.
yeah,
It's pretty amazing.
yeah. So
If you could experience all your memories at once,
yeah.
and it'd be like you're talking about.
Yeah, when I think when it's just
Arrival
awareness,
style?
when it's just awareness, when you're free from sort of the human mind, the judgment of the human mind, then it's sort of just a blissful kind of like, wow, look at that experience. Who
It's
knows?
positive. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, who knows?
Yeah,
It's like the movie Boyhood. It's kind of nothing really happens. It's kind of long, but it's all right. It's peaceful.
That was a good movie. And there was moments in that you didn't like it,
I didn't really like it.
but just as an achievement.
Yeah, as an achievement. It's
Base level, we gotta give it an achievement
course,
score.
yeah.
I mean, Richard Linklater, he's shooting every year with these fucking people.
I mean, I thought the parents were really good. You know, the actors.
The kid's not a great actor, and we haven't seen him in anything since, I think, because of that. But there are some scenes in that movie, though, like, and this was a critic who pointed this out, but you know when they're with the older kids, and the older kids are kind of talking shit about, like, how the younger kids don't know anything, but they're throwing, like, a razor around, like a big blade, and there was those moments where you're like, oh, this could go really bad if someone just makes a mistake. And it did remind me of life where you're like, oh, there were so many moments where things could have gone in a way worse trajectory.
Sure.
And we just got lucky and got to end up at this relatively peaceful place. I thought it did you a good job with like that stuff. That's what I think about Boyhood.
I like Boyhood.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Did you guys see Sound of Metal?
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I thought the acting was incredible. Scared the shit out of me because I'm like, oh, I listen to music way too loud.
Yeah.
But other than that, I just thought the acting was really good and it really affected me in that way, but not in like a oh, that was really incredible kind of way. You know what I mean?
Having seen it, I hate the title because they're not really playing metal.
No.
Right.
Like, the music's pretty small part of it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I also
yeah.
read like he spent 6 months learning the drums and was like, didn't show it.
Right.
As a guy who plays the drums a little bit,
That's what I've heard from people.
I'm like,
is that it wasn't like Miles Teller and Whiplash.
no, certainly not. But I mean, still impressive. He learned ASL. Like
He's a good actor too.
He's an
I mean,
amazing
his
actor,
commitment's
yeah.
incredible.
yeah. I thought the movie was good, but not. I don't know. Not like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was all right. I thought it was a little hard on him for wanting to get his hearing back. Like I thought the movie kind of punished him.
I thought that was interesting. Like that was an interesting take that the deaf community has. Like,
And I guess it bears out in reality that most people who get that end up foregoing it, like not wanting that, whatever. But I thought he was like so negative every step of it that I was like, I thought he was kind of being a little hard on people who might want to try and do that. Like if you're deaf and you want to get your hearing back, the movie was like, no, you need to accept yourself. And I was like, well, it might be okay if they want to like hear again.
Yeah.
And then I think it's kind of weird in indie movies now. And I don't know, I think it's kind of a trend where like in that and Nomadland, it's a lot of real people playing off of actors. And I think it kind of reveals the acting more. Like when I watch Nomadland and there's all these real people who are like, I lost my job at Amazon. And then, you know, I found out I had cancer. And then you're like, whoa, this is like just real life. And then it cuts to Frances McDormand and she's like paying attention. I'm like, this is the most I've ever noticed Frances McDormand like acting. Like I almost feel like it should just be actor. And in Sound of Metal, the deaf guy was incredible.
He was an actor though.
He was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's not actually deaf. His parents were.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh, this kind
right.
of neuters my
After.
point, actually. I was saying that I felt the same way with that, where I was like, whenever I see real people with actors, it kind of just, I'm like, okay, well, now I definitely see the acting. And I almost feel like just go all drama with it. But I think like we're in this weird place with media where like we have to integrate real parts into everything because people are like, I don't know, it's just how we view things now.
It's what you guys do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
True.
But we're not acting. That's the difference. Aaron.
No, you guys are great.
I'm a fucking bro. That's true.
Dude, I rewatched some Ted Lasso over the weekend.
God, I love that show.
I love it. It's so good.
It is really good.
It's just so heartwarming and fun.
I gotta rewatch
and
it.
just funny.
Yeah, it's heartwarming without being cheesy. It's
they like
it's
nail
lovely.
that on the head. It's like not too much. It's just like I love. Yeah, it's perfect.
Dude, I didn't think Sudeikis had that in him.
Right? Yeah.
I was always kind of
interesting.
anti-Sudeikis.
Totally.
And then I saw that and I was like, this is like his... I mean, who knows? Maybe he'll do something better, but I was like, this is it. This is like his crown jewel.
Yeah. There's one part where... I don't know if you remember the part where they're playing Manchester when Jamie's on the other team. And Jamie thinks he's playing mind games with him. That Ted Lasso's playing mind games with him. And Jamie's like lining up to like start the game. And Ted comes and he's like, hey, Jamie, have a great game. And he's like, what the fuck, man?
Dude, even the opening clip of when they show Sudeikis dancing with his football team and just seeing Sudeikis dance so well, I was like, oh, nice, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that was a smart way to introduce the character, showing him with his moves.
Totally.
I just saw Magic Mike And the first one's a sad movie, but
Yeah.
just Channing Tatum's dancing.
Yeah.
That's like the best role he'll ever have.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
He should just dance in every movie.
Yeah.
It kind of does.
And he's kind of bad at a lot of parts of acting.
Right.
But the stuff he's good at, he's good enough at where you're like, no,
Yeah.
you're still a star.
Totally. Interesting physique. Good physique.
Gets a little puffy,
Yeah.
shirtless the whole I've talked about it a million times. He should have been more jacked in Jupiter Ascending.
Yeah.
I mean, it's your job to be an action star. You can't come in 30 pounds doughy. Sorry, Channing. There's expectations. You know what the job is. Dude, should we do some questions?
Yeah. Should I do ads real quick?
Yeah, I'm going to be real quick.
Oh, also, Sound and Metal. Cochlear implants are covered by insurance, even in America.
Oh, really?
Like all insurances, basically.
Propaganda.
It's like an essential thing.
What is this?
Cochlear implants.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like it's covered on
Oh, really?
most insurance plans. in
Oh, I didn't
America.
know that. That's hilarious. Guys, I'm interrupting this podcast to let you know once again that we are brought to you by Manscaped. Manscaped, thank you so much for keeping our trims pubed, for looking after our hogs, for making sure that our dongs are looking fresh and clean. Because, guys, Manscaped is helping with not only your pubes, but your chest pubes, your nose pubes, just all the hair on your body. They got you covered. And they're making sure that your dong looks fresh. And also, if you're a lady, those parts are looking just, like fresh as the Outcast song says they will. You get the Weed Whacker, the Lawnmower 3.0. The Weed Whacker is a 9,000 RPM motor, 360-degree rotary dual blade system. Making whacking your weeds a time to look forward to. The Crop Preserver anti-chafing ball deodorant. Crop Reviver spray on toner for your balls. And they also have refined cologne. I mean, these guys have everything to make sure that you are manscaped. Get on it today. The cologne is light, approachable, and gentlemanly. And get 20% off plus free shipping with the code GODEEP20 at manscaped.com. Do yourself a favor and always use the right tools for the job. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code GODEEP20 at manscaped.com. We are also brought to you by Hellofresh. Guys, what is Hellofresh? With Hellofresh, you get fresh, pre-measured ingredients and mouth-watering seasonal recipes delivered right to your door. Skip those trips to the grocery store. This makes home cooking fun, easy, affordable. Guys, they'll send you all the materials you need for just a amazing dish. They just send you everything you need. And it's good, good quality food, too. Cut out stressful meal planning. Meals are ready in 20 minutes or less. They lighten prep recipes, all that stuff. 25 plus recipes to choose from. Vegetarian, craft burgers, craft. I almost said crap. Gourmet options, nutritional stuff. Get your nutrition. Get your cooking on. All 3 meals, plus every snack and special treat in between. They're sourced directly from growers and delivered from the farm to your front door in under a week. And over 4 in 5 HelloFresh customers say HelloFresh helps them lead a healthier lifestyle with delicious, low-calorie, carb-smart, and vegetarian options. So it's 28% cheaper than your local grocery store. So get on it, guys. HelloFresh is legit if you want to take your diet and your cooking to the next level. I love them. I made a bolognese with them, and it was just, chef's kiss. My own chef. I chef kiss myself. So that's what's up. So go to HelloFresh.com/GoDeep12 and use code GoDeep12 for 12 free meals, including free shipping. It's HelloFresh.com/GoDeep12. Use code GoDeep12 for 12 free meals, including free shipping. What a steal. All right. We are also finally brought to you by Rumple, guys. If you want to get the best blanket, the best, puffy jacket style blanket for yourself. I mean, summer's coming up. You're probably going to go camping. You're probably going to camp on the beach, or you just want to hang out with your lady and snuggle. You need a good blanket. Rumple has that covered. So on a surf and ski trip through California, Rumple's founders found themselves stuck in the back of their van in sub-zero temperatures. While drinking whiskey, they had a crazy idea, the sleeping bag blanket. And now you can have that for yourself and take camping or just relaxing in a blanket to the next level. It's so legit. They're built for everywhere. So whether you're on the beach, in the van, at a music festival, or just chilling on the couch at home, Rumple is built to keep you warm and cozy everywhere. They're made from 60 discarded plastic bottles. Nice. And they donate 1% of revenue to beach-friendly nonprofits like Save the Waves. Thank you, dudes. So, guys, cannot stress how dope these blankets are. Check them out. Rumple, puffy blanket. Go to rumple.com and enter code DEEP15 for 15% off your first order. That's rumpl.com. Enter code DEEP15 for 15% off your first order. All right. Thank you, dudes. Thank you, sponsors. Also, try Fruit Smash.
Yeah. All right, let's get into some cues. Lost love in a threesome. Sup, bros? Longtime fan of the pod. Always finding a way to raise my stoke, and for that, I am eternally grateful. Here's the deal. It's freshman year in college, and I started chopping it up with this smoking hot blonde who had a butthole fit for a queen.
What?
I don't know. Absolutely pristine. Really started vibing with this girl, but in my youth, I was too nervous to tell her how I felt. But how do you know about the butthole thing? One night, she hit me up to come over to her place to study and drink some wine with her BFF. Long story short, the only thing I learned that night was what not to say when you're about to have a threesome. Vibes were low from there on out and stopped talking altogether. What did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of important.
Did you talk about
He probably has some deep shame about it, so he doesn't want to put out what he said. But you have to follow up so it's necessary detail. She was one of those rad chicks with no socials, and I couldn't find her until this week when I see she finally made an Instagram. This guy's been looking for her. Would it be weird to follow her, slide in the DMs? By the way, I haven't talked to her in like 5 years. I'd love to amend things and crush some sweet vag in the process. Yeah, well, I think we inferred that, but I appreciate your candor. How do I go about this?
I'm lost. So 5 years ago is when this threesome thing happened?
5 years ago, he thought him and her friend might have had a threesome. Now, I don't know if that's actually what was going to happen because we don't know anything. But he says he blew it by saying something wrong.
Right.
But we don't know what he said wrong. He's been checking social media for 5 years trying to find this girl.
Yeah.
And he finally found her. How often do you think he was looking her up to see if he could find her?
Probably a lot.
Dude, I'm going to tell you that you should, and this is, I'm not saying everyone in this situation shouldn't follow up, but I don't think you should follow up.
With her?
Is that too harsh?
Maybe
I mean,
I don't know. You know, I don't know.
He just doesn't seem that smart. So I don't trust giving this guy the go ahead.
With her?
Yeah. Is that too harsh?
I think you're right. I think he, at the very least, he should wait a year before he follows her and reaches out.
Yeah, I would maybe have some normal conversation with her.
Yeah, I would gauge, like, did she just get on? So it's like right away, you're just like, hey, what up?
Although that could be innocent, like, it would look innocent, like, you know, when someone you might know joins and they let you know. But
Right.
I think send us the rest of the story and hold off on doing anything until then.
Yeah, I need more details because I don't know.
We need more info. But I don't know. He just seems a little bit, it seems like he's just been horny for this chick for so long. I don't know if that's
I understand that.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I've been horny for people forever. And I definitely...
But weird to go with butthole first.
That's what it is, right?
It's odd.
I was sort of like, has he seen it? Has he hooked up with her before and has he seen it? Is that what...
I don't think so.
It didn't seem like he did, yeah.
Is that word around the campfire? That I've never heard people be like, dude, like...
Butthole fit for a queen.
Ashley's butthole is out of this world. I've never heard that.
I mean, if he has seen it and that's how he chooses to start this, it's weird. It's weird to start with like, this girl had a great butthole.
Yeah.
No one starts with that.
No.
Ever. No one's like, why do you like this girl? It's like, oh, her butthole. Never hear that.
Was out of this world.
But then if he hasn't seen the butthole and that's how he leads, that's just as weird, if not weirder.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, and she had a butthole fit for a queen. Like he's thinking about that through her pants.
Right.
But he hasn't seen it. It's 5 years later and that's what he's telling some strangers. I don't know. I don't want to be too hard on this guy for being horny, but I feel like I can't trust him to not be.
We need more deets.
Yeah. I can't trust him to not come in too hot.
Yeah. More deets on the story and also the butthole line. What did you mean by that?
And what else is going on in his life?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it could be, you know, maybe he's just from like Boston. That's what they say.
That's been a common refrain for us.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, maybe they're from Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he's from Boston.
Yeah. It sounds like he's just from Boston.
Dude, if you're just from Boston, then yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Dude.
I feel like Philly's more of a butthole city, but
Good call, dude.
You're more well
Good
traveled
point.
than I am.
Good point.
Can I please be anonymous? What's up, guys? I'm a girl in need of some help into the male psyche. I have
This
this
guy keeps talking about my butthole.
He just followed me on Instagram.
this guy from 5 years ago said, "What's up, nice butthole? Should I go out with him?" By the way, he had a really nice butthole too. I'm like, oh, this is a match made in heaven. What's up, guys? I'm a girl in need of help into the male psyche. I have this one really good friend who's a guy and has a girlfriend. So basically, we're on the same wavelength all the time, same ideals and hobbies for the most part, and different enough to keep things interesting. We talk all the time, and we will talk about what we want in our respective partners, like physical features. And if I say something like I'm not a huge fan of chest hair or I like facial hair in a certain way, he will tell me about his facial hair looking like that, or he has hardly any chest hair. Then basically is describing me when he tells me the type of girl he's attracted to. On top of that, he remarks about the size of his dong without actually saying anything. How does he do that? He just gestures? He's just like, whew, kapow.
Like, oh, you see that telephone pole? And he's,
On
man,
this,
have you ever been to the redwood forest? You know those flappy things outside of like car dealerships where it's just like he's like reminds me of when I'm limp.
on the one hand, it feels like he's talking to me like I'm a bro, and then on the other, he's constantly complimenting me. Oh, I'm sure he likes that useful dynamic. If I say something slightly self-deprecating humor, nothing serious, just making funny things I know about myself, which is a friend thing. But we watch movies all the time on this rave app while he works a 12-hour shift, and we talk on the phone also during that time for at least an hour. What do I make of this? Should I back off? I like him, but I don't want to ruin the friendship and get rejected on top of that. We are coworkers, but have this crazy, strange bond.
Wait, so
I mean, he's definitely...
they're coworkers and he's kind of hitting on her and she's trying to figure it out.
And they talk like every day and like watch movies together on an app.
Oh.
And they talk all the time, and then he'll always describe his dream girl, and it sounds eerily similar to her. Not eerily, oddly similar to her.
And then what was her question?
But he has a girlfriend.
But he has a girlfriend.
Oh, he's a girl?
Yeah,
Oh.
that's the main thing. Yeah.
Weird. And what's her question?
What should I do? Should I back off, or do I tell him I like him, but I don't want to ruin things? She wants to know what to make of it, like what to make of his intentions.
Yeah. I don't like that he's a girlfriend. That's...
Yeah, if I had to define his intentions, they're probably to keep having a girlfriend and to keep having like a quasi emotional relationship or a full emotional relationship with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't even seem quasi. Yeah. I don't know what this guy's going to do. Yeah. I mean, some people leave their girlfriends, I guess, for other people if it
Yeah.
gets bad enough. But he might just like having two girls who he gets a lot of attention and intimacy from.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's fair to you,
Yeah, I think...
Or the girlfriend.
for sure.
yeah. I
It bums me out.
It bums me out. It makes me feel like he's being a little bit manipulative and selfish. And I think you could find someone who's single who is probably has a little better character.
It's hard for people to put the kibosh on this stuff. They really want to get,
I
the
totally
Woody Allen
understand.
thing. They want to get the eggs.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I think
It's never good to go with a coworker. It's just never.
that's true. It's bad on that level too.
Yeah.
But and I think what you said is true. Like, I mean, obviously it's super the girlfriend's kind of getting, betrayed a little bit by the boyfriend.
Yeah, how would you feel if he was your boyfriend? He's talking to another girl for an hour a day while watching movies.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah.
And then I think the other thing that happens, if you're the other woman or the other man and you're in love with that person, like, I think you start to internalize that role to yourself. And I think it's bad for your self-esteem.
Yeah.
If you're like, oh, I'm always like the number two in someone else's life.
Yeah.
And then you'll start to think of yourself as the number two, like in life in general.
Yeah.
And I think it's just, you have to make choices for yourself in a relationship that will protect like who you are and who you want to be. And I think when you do this stuff, it starts to erode your self-esteem because you're not really getting what you deserve out of it. Which is on top of like that you're kind of hosing somebody else too. But yeah, you don't want to be the other woman. You want to be the woman with some dude who, I mean, look, there's a lot of guys out there who want to watch movies with you.
Totally.
What up, Chad? The ice bath legend and JT Cocho, Ed Ogeron. We gonna go out there and we're gonna play some rabbit dogs. It ain't a fucking professional classroom. It's a football field. Play football. You get out there, boy. You gonna win them games out there. We gonna win a bunch of games. We gonna get some touchdowns. That's what we do here at LAU. We win football games here at LAU. We throw touchdown. We run for touchdown. That's what we do. Best recruiter in the country.
Yeah.
No one is better at convincing a kid to trust him and go to their school than Edo. Talking like that. Just comes in the living room and is like, boy, you're going to love playing football at our school. We're going to make you run real fast. You're going to catch a lot of touchdowns and go in the NFL. I promise you that. I'll look after your son. I'll look after your son. I'm going to take care of him. And everyone's like, I trust this guy.
I got to watch this guy.
Or maybe it's just because maybe he's paying everybody. Not to besmirch the good name of college football. What up, Chad and JT, the Ice Bath legend, and JT Cocho. Longtime listener of the pod. I'm 30 years old from the South OC. I recently got back into working out to cut weight and build muscle mass with having a Mediterranean diet. I love it. Only problem is structure. I feel like my workouts are all in the mix, and I feel like I don't have proper structure for a stoke workout, which makes me feel like I'm not making that good of progress. Do you guys have any ideas or guidance for ideas of a dank workout? Anything helps, especially for the diet I'm currently on. Sorry for the long message and thanks for the advice. Hopefully to do matches with you and Chad on COD.
Did he talk about his like workout goals?
No.
Cut weight and...
Yeah, he wants to cut weight.
Cut weight?
I mean, personally, I'm on a Mediterranean diet. It's all pasta and pizza, and it's pretty cool.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
That does sound good.
Pizza's so dank.
I mean, Eat, Pray, Love is all about... I'm in the Italian part now. See a lot of pizza. Yeah. It's awesome.
Dude, I would do...
Pasta's better in Italy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, pizza's not as good.
Really?
No.
Interesting. I gotta go to Italy.
I think that's true.
It's great.
Yeah, America's got the best pizza. Let's go.
For real?
For real.
We more or less invented it.
Wow.
We perfected it.
You're going to get some blowback on that.
Yeah,
Aaron.
so Liz Gilbert is lying?
Is that the girl from Eat, Pray, Love?
Yeah. She's just saying it. I'm not saying about... She's just saying it's the best pizza she's ever tasted.
I never met the lady.
I gotta talk to her.
Nah, it's not.
We should follow up with her.
Yeah.
Yo, Liz.
You made a lot of claims about pizza in Naples, and Aaron says
Yeah.
you're full of shit.
Between me and Joe, like, she's not getting out of this alive.
Dude, Liz Gilbert and Joe debating pizza.
Fireworks.
Yeah, why don't you go to Chicago, Liz? Dumbass.
I don't know about that.
No, it's called a deep dish.
You ever had deep dish?
Margarita? What do you eat? Air for your pizza? Dumbass.
Slow down. Dude, I would say don't judge your workouts so hard. I think this dude's being a little hard on himself. I think whatever... I just try to work out. Everyone has their own method. You can't really tell someone else what to do. For me, what works is like... And it works as well as it works, is I just try to do something every day.
Yeah, that's good.
And I try not to stress too much about like how many reps and sets I just try to start. And then I'll just do a bunch of weight. And I kind of know when I'm done.
Yeah.
I'll just like finish moving and I'll be like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah. I love that. I think too, one thing I love is that high intensity interval training, because you can do it, you can get it done quick. I think you said your schedule is kind of tight, so you can, 15, 20 minutes, you can be done. And it's the kind of workout where you're going to burn a lot of calories, and you're going to burn calories throughout the day, because you're just like, you get your heart rate up, and then you go down, up and down, up and down. I think it's really good for cutting weight and just getting you in really good shape,
For sure.
So I like to do like sprints. I like to do battle ropes and stuff, and just interval those, and then all your CrossFit workout too. It's all like interval training.
But I've even kind of slowed down with that. I'll just like go put 95 pounds on the barbell, and I'll be like, I'm just going to do 10 sets of thrusters today.
Right.
And I'll just do 10 sets, and I'll try and, take quick breaks. But
yeah. And
then the next day I'll do 50 pull-ups, 50 dips, 50 burpees, and then I'll like do snatches with the dumbbell.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm good. And if I just do like little chunks of that every day, I feel good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not
That's great.
super shredded or anything, but I feel healthy.
I think that's the best way to go.
Yeah, I feel good. And then if I got like a pool party coming up, I just dial in a couple days beforehand.
Do a nice fast.
I just watch what I eat for a couple days.
Yeah.
Load up on the liquids. Do a little extra lifting. If you work out like 4 days in a week, you'll see your body will look tighter on that fourth day. You'll literally see it change a little bit.
Yeah.
And then, I take my foot off the gas for a little bit. Puff up.
Yeah, I've been able to. Maybe it's because I'm going through a breakup. eat less food.
Dude, when I was breaking up,
Yeah.
I was not eating. My
Yeah.
weight was down. I was like, dude, I look sick, dude.
Yeah.
But like in a good way.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm shredded.
Yeah.
Just heartbreak will just reduce diet to
Yeah,
zilch.
that's the best diet.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that's what happens with men. I think it's weird, but it's true.
Yeah, when our heart hurts, we just don't want to eat.
Yeah. How do I
was
keep this
ripped.
up? How do I keep this up?
I know. And then once I was like a couple weeks out from it, I started garfing down food.
Yeah.
Man, there was that one night I was supposed to go on a date, and then the girl canceled, and then I tried to get another girl to come over. She canceled. Then I just large pizza.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sat in the dark.
Yeah.
Just wolfed it down.
Dude, I love ice cream, man.
It's so good. What'd you eat?
It's the best. Well, I was with my mom. First night we had mint chocolate chip. We were just eating a bunch. My mom made a flank steak marinated. So good.
That's my favorite.
Marinated steak.
I love flank steak so much.
Yeah. It's so
I don't know
good.
if it's my favorite, but I like it a lot.
Yeah. We went to a Mexican
I just
restaurant
really wanted
last
to agree
night.
with you there, but I do love flank steak. It could be my favorite.
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
We got steamed pork buns Saturday night.
Those are good too.
Yeah.
I like it when it's like a jelly donut almost where
Yeah, it's like a cake.
and where the bun isn't open,
Yeah.
it's totally just inside of it.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
So good.
Those are really delicious.
But yeah, man, I do high intensity interval training. If you really want to cut, I think that's the move. I think long cardio, if you run for like 40 minutes, you're gonna plateau, and it's your body gets used to that too quickly.
It's not fun for my body.
No, it's not good for your body if you run
Really?
for that long too.
My neck's a little jacked up, but I'm gonna do some snatches and clean and jerks tonight.
Oh, I was talking about like running.
No, for sure.
Yeah. Did you run?
No, never. I'm a horrible runner. I have inverted hips, and my parents said when I was in Little League, when I used to run, it looked like someone was holding the back of my shirt.
Really?
I have really goofy running form.
Oh, interesting.
The 1 year I played football, my football coaches would watch film. They'd be like, "What is going on there, Par?" It was really embarrassing. It was my first time running in like a stadium.
Yeah.
Since I was like a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
And there'd be like 400 people there, and after the game, everybody would be like, "Dude, you run weird, man.
Yeah.
Like you're a funny runner."
Yeah.
And I'm super slow, and I'm little, so you would expect me to be a little speedy.
Yeah.
None, dude. Dude, my brother's friends in college, when I first came to visit him, I was in good shape.
Yeah.
And they had a football, and his buddy Joey was like, "Run a route." And I ran, and he threw the ball like 20 yards over my head. He's like, "I thought you'd be a lot faster."
Yeah.
Super straightforward about it. No, he was like surprised.
Yeah.
He's like, "Dude, you're like in good shape. I thought you'd be able to run."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I used to run slow, and then in Little League, I hit a little dribbler, I think to third base or shortstop, and I tripped on home plate as I was going to first, and that just put my body in the right position. I almost beat the thing out, and ever since then I've run.
You stayed like
faster.
that?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
My coaches tried a lot of, they were like, "Try running like this, try running like that." Everyone's tried to fix it.
Yeah.
Because, every coach thinks they can fix it too. They're like, "No, I got the trick. I'll get you running normal."
Yeah.
And I always believe in them. I'm like, they're right. They'll get me running normal. And then after a couple of weeks, they're like, "Yeah, you're just going to be a backup." We got to focus on the starters. We don't have time to fix your. I always felt, I was like, if all the coaches just had enough time to focus on me,
Yeah.
they could make me the best player on the team.
Right.
But if you don't display enough skill, they're like, "I just don't have the time for you."
Right.
We got to allocate it to the studs.
Yeah.
But
Did
there
you
was-
like practice? Did you like doing drills and stuff?
Some of
Or
them.
do you think it was a drag?
I mean, I definitely was always hoping practice got canceled.
Yeah.
And if I ever had like a valid excuse to miss it, I was pumped.
Yeah.
But some of the drills were fun.
Yeah.
I always liked pass blocking.
Yeah.
I was always good at blocking, and I was always good at rushing, but I was too little to play in the trenches.
I had a dream that I was back in swimming practice last night in high school.
What was that like?
Horrible.
High school dreams
I
are
was trying to get
bad.
out of it. Yeah.
I always have high school dreams that I have to repeat senior year, and I'm like 25.
Yeah. And then you wake up and you're like, it's so weird when you wake up and you're like, oh, I graduated math like 8 years ago.
Yeah, I don't like adult stress, but that stress was honestly worse.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, and I was just always failing classes.
Yeah.
And always just on the brink of. Actually, I wanted to make my dad my babe of the week about this. So I'll talk
Okay,
about it
cool,
later.
cool.
Yeah. Here, let's do one more cue, and then we can move on to that. What up, dudes? Long time listener of the pod. Fired up on the advice lord from the Stoke Lords, Chad and JT, and potentially Love Guru, Strider, Big Hog Joe, and the Legend of the Sticks, Aaron. A little bit of background on myself. I'm a 21-year-old dude who graduated from college last year and moved to a new city for a job. The adjustment included moving into a one-bedroom apartment, adjusting to a new schedule, and working to find new friends and new territory while also keeping ones from a distance. On top of all that, balancing the chaos that has come with this past year. Prior to graduating in the pandemic, I was an extroverted and motivated dude. I love to travel, go after passions, and crush beers with my favorite stokers every weekend. As the pandemic has went on, I've noticed that the isolation and overall lack of stoke has taken a toll on my mental health. An example of this toll is something I've been experiencing for the past few months: social anxiety. I worry about things that would never cross my mind before, specifically how interacting with people and their perception of me. I get worked up prior to and hanging out with people now and experience things like nausea and headaches. I don't want to mope around and throw the white flag though. To combat this, I've taken steps to improve my mood, like deleting social media from my phone, having dank IPAs with close friends, and other hobbies to fill my stoke tanks. Do you legends have any advice to a fellow stoker that seems to be feeling a lack of stoke? What sort of things have helped you out when you've been in a slump? Thanks, bros. Love you, Brennan. Oh, what a good dude, man.
Yeah, great guy.
Dude, I would say you're just not alone. Like, we're all feeling this way. Mm-hmm. Everyone's tripping out right now. Everyone's has had the hardest mental health year of their life, most likely.
Yeah.
It was insane. It was fucking insane. And I don't even think you feel how it's affecting you until you're on, the receiving end of some of these harder feelings. But yeah, dude, you're not alone. You're all good. If anything, maybe talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're comfortable with that, but there's nothing wrong with being in a group setting and being like, yo, I'm feeling a little off. This is nerve-wracking for me, guys. And I think most of the time people will feel your sincerity and they'll have your back and they'll be like, dude, you're good. And maybe it'll feel good to just get off your chest, but you don't have to do that. But that could be a good quick solve. And then, but even if you don't, man, just you're making good moves anyways.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think especially nowadays, if you're upfront and honest with people, you'd be like, dude, I feel weird being here. I just feel off, and I'm sure tons of people are going to relate to you on that, and then it's just going to spark up conversation. And I think
they'll trust you too.
Yeah. And it's just like it's something real to talk about that people are going through, and so I think there's no shame in talking about it. There's no shame in feeling that way, and you're a good dude. Keep facing your fears, keep getting out there, and I'm sure you'll crack through it. And things I do too to just boost my tank. I watch cool guys in movies.
That's always smart.
I watch Brad Pitt in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
George Clooney and Out of Sight.
Yeah. Ocean's 11. Well,
this is
Paul
weird,
Walker,
but I like
Fast
to
and
watch
Furious.
Clive Owen and Closer, but don't do that. I'm a freak.
Michael Douglas in Basic Instinct.
Right. But I think that is really good advice.
Yeah. If you watch cool dudes in movies, then that always inspires me to just get out there and just like, have a pit bull and wear a Hawaiian.
Strider was making fun of me that I used to make him watch the weirdest movies before we went out.
Right.
I'd
Yeah.
make him watch Closer or the ending of 6 Feet Under whenever you see the death of every character.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, who's fired up to hit the bars now? But it pumped me up. Really put everything into perspective.
Yeah.
You watch every character on the show die, you're like, oh, well, that's where we're all headed. Let's have a good time tonight.
Yeah.
Let's not be too hard on ourselves. I think that's the thing too, is that because we've even talked about it, living and dying with every message on a dating app.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's all amplified because of new social anxiety that we have.
Totally.
And so I think we're all grading ourselves pretty harshly.
Yeah.
Because it all feels a little precious right now.
Yeah.
It's all like, I don't know, I haven't done this in a while, and this is like my first one, and it's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's like going to your first school dance again or something. You're so aware of your every move.
Yeah. And I never underestimate the value of like things that get you pumped up, like I was having a hard like couple of weeks, and I would just listen to like music that was just like that would pump me up. I'd watch things that would pump me up, like I've been trying to listen to Steve Jobs' book, but it's almost too slow at this point in time for me, to where I'm like, I need to like listen to just music that was just like, I'm like, I'm not ready for Steve Jobs' book. Like I'm just not emotionally ready to just like listen to like a biography.
Yeah, you need a little more speed, a little more.
I'm sort of like
more velocity. Give me some juice.
Yeah, I'm like saving it for when I'm just a little more like stable, That's just me though.
No, it's awesome. You need different things at different times, and if something's not working, you got to find what works.
Yeah.
Don't overlook the fact that this guy just graduated college though too. Like when when I graduated college, like, and I was older than him. I think I was 23 or something. But like, you're done with school and shit gets real.
Yeah.
And that scares you. So like, don't overlook that you might be going through that as well. Like, yeah, you're out of academia. You're into the real world. No more school. No more training wheels. Like, this is the real thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And you've kind of lost the things you define yourself by. Like, you're in a total
Yeah.
new period of like,
You've been doing the same thing basically for 15 years.
yeah, I bring it up, but it's like an in and out. You got those like 5 pillars of your personality. You got to find like 4 new ones probably.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tough, but that's exciting too. He's going to find some cool shit
Yeah.
and some
Yeah.
cool new folks.
I definitely had a tough time out of college those first 2
Yeah.
years.
That's when you were like
I was
boozing
just-
extra hard, right?
Yeah, I was getting blacked out and just
But you're not in college anymore where it's like,
yeah, it was
where
not,
it's like a setting for it.
it was not cool. It was like Friday afternoon. I would go to Barney's Beanery, and I'd be like, "Oh, Nick Swartzen's here," and I'd go, I don't know. I would just get blacked out all the time, and it took me like a year or two to be like, "All right, I think." It took me like a year to figure out that not drinking is like an option. That's a lifestyle choice. I was like 20, 23 and a half, 24. I was like, oh, I could not drink. So yeah,
That's pretty young to figure that out though.
right. I guess so. Yeah,
Dude, I've seen some old friends in Newport Beach.
right.
Just blacked out, eyes gone. You see
Yeah.
him out there 4 weekends in a row like that.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, this ain't normal, man.
Yeah.
Like, you're going too hard. Something's
Right.
off.
Yeah.
Did you see them and their eyes are just vacant?
Yeah.
They're like, what's up, dude? Well, how you been, man? You're like, I saw you last week. I saw you a week ago, dude.
Yeah.
And
What's going
They
on?
do that like 4 weeks in a row, and they're kind of
Yeah.
angry.
Yeah.
They feel like a fight could pop off or something.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to be that guy who's like, still raging too hard.
Dude, a girl on a date, I was telling her, she was like, I think I'm ready to rage again. I've never like partied really.
Yeah.
She was in her 30s, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. Yeah. And then I was like, I think I'm past that. And she's like, no, I think you're about to go back into another phase of it.
Yeah.
She was like, guys go in and out of phases of it. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God, am I about to slip into a party phase?
Yeah. I felt the pull of that.
I've been kind of raging a lot lately
I felt the pull of that lately too.
relative to my normal. That's why I like having a girlfriend too. It settles me a bit.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry to get so far off from your cue, dude. But we think you're crushing, man.
Yeah.
You're going to be good. You've got a good head on your shoulders. You're just a little nervous because the world's opening back up. And like Aaron said, you're going through a big transition.
Yeah.
But dude, look, Chad figured it out, skyrocketed. You'll do the same.
Got it.
Chad,
My ass is asleep.
really?
Yeah.
What a cute ass you got, though.
Thanks.
Chad, who's your beef of the week?
Asshole like a queen.
Yeah, do you got an asshole fit for a fucking Queen of England? When I see that butt, I'm just like, Elizabeth, rally the troops.
I forgot to write a beef.
Queen Elizabeth, also single right now, guys. Just
Dude.
Oh, that's who
nice.
died, her hubby?
Yeah.
Dude, I want to marry Queen Elizabeth and just stick it to Harry and Meghan.
You want to be a prince, and I think you'd be
Yeah.
a tremendous one. I can
Yeah.
visualize it easy.
Would I go straight to King?
Probably.
No.
If they know what's good for them.
No. I mean,
Not in
yeah,
the
it doesn't
threat
work
way,
that
just like it would be good for them.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't work that way.
No. Because she was queen when they were married. I
Oh,
think.
that's right. He's
Yeah.
Prince Philip, yeah.
Yeah.
I texted Dan Lucchese the day of Prince Philip's funeral. I don't think he got the joke. But I was like, sorry about Prince Philip, dude. he just liked it.
You thought you were being
I
serious?
think he thought I was being serious.
Dude, that's really funny. Dude, that's hilarious. You should have tweeted to all my British fans. I'm sorry about Prince Philip. That'd be really funny. That's
he,
great.
he just gave me the thumbs up.
You're like, you might have been busy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
My beef of the week is with shit, man. I don't know. My beef of the week is with here's my beef. Apparently there's a new trend that skinny jeans are going out of style, and a lot of people seem to be happy about this.
What?
Yeah, and I'm a big fan of skinny jeans. So I'm
Yes.
all these Gen Z fucks trying to take away skinny jeans, bringing baggy jeans back.
Mistake.
Fuck you.
Huge mistake.
Yeah, you horny TikTok nozzles. We're hornier than you. We're older than you.
We TikTok harder.
Yeah, we talk harder. We TikTok harder. We're hornier, and we wear skinny jeans. And you're not taking them away from me with your trends, you know? So
Baggy jeans don't look good on me.
no,
It took me forever to figure out that skinny jeans were the way for me.
I think we gotta hold the line.
Absolutely,
hold the line
dude.
On this
I'll
one.
die on this. I'll die on
Yeah,
this hill.
never go.
It's a mountain. I'll die on this mountain.
Always. Yeah, that's my beef.
From my cold, dead thighs.
Yeah, with this denim plastered on.
Yeah, no way, dude. That's a huge beef. I can't even believe they would want to do that. That's just like arbitrarily circling back for circling back sake.
No creativity.
Like tight jeans look better.
Yeah,
Dude, a light blue tight jean. Took me years to find it.
I'm sticking with it.
Dude, I've been pissed too. Urban Outfitter, which is where I get my jeans, 30-30 Levi's, like skinny stretch. They're doing the frayed bottoms now.
Right.
I got to roll them up. It's like I got to get them tailored. I don't like the fit anywhere else.
Yeah.
I hate the seasonal shifts. Like something should stay the same, just like Verdansk.
Totally.
Dude, that's a good beef. Aaron, what's your beef of the week?
Sort of related? No, not really. I mean, it could be. This could cause it. My beef is with male infertility.
Oh,
Nice, dude.
I wrote a big, giant a blog piece about it yesterday because it was the year anniversary. We found out we were pregnant.
Oh, I didn't know that, dude. I'll check it out.
Yeah, it was a 2.5 year journey. Basically where, you start trying to have a baby, you pull the goalie, as it were, which I love that phrase.
Yeah.
For getting off the pill or stopping all your
Contraceptives.
Yeah, your contraceptives. Yeah. And then you wait a year. They tell you to wait a year before you go to the doctor and see anything. And then my wife got all checked out because it's kind of always assumed, it's the woman. And then everything checked out great. And then it would end up being me. I ended up having a hormone imbalance that I didn't know about. And a tumor on my pituitary gland, which I didn't know about. But yeah.
benign.
Yeah, it's all benign. It's completely harmless. A pill literally took care of it. A tiny, like half a pill twice a week. Crazy. And I just had an MRI a few weeks ago, and they couldn't even see it. It's either so small or it's completely gone. But yeah, I mean, it's just. And I also had to get put on the drug that Manny Ramirez got caught on.
I don't remember. Oxidin or something.
No,
like that.
it was called an Astrazole. It's it just regulates your estrogen levels versus your testosterone.
But he was doing that to correct.
He was doing it
for
when he was
steroids.
cycling off. So when you cycle off of testosterone or steroids,
You got to
your
reboost.
estrogen
Yeah.
bumps huge to counteract that, the testosterone coming down, and then you grow boobs. So you take this other pill but then it's banned in all major sports and the Olympics. So my Olympic dreams were dashed at 38, but 36, whenever I started it. But yeah, then we ultimately were able to have a baby. No,
baby.
no IVF, no nothing, just straight up American porking. And,
Aaron just threw a nice fist to represent
yeah.
the pumping too.
So yeah, I just wrote a big old blog about how, and you can find that at my website, which I have not written on since 2016.
That's what I meant. I didn't know about it. Is that I didn't know you wrote the blog.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's at aaronbrungart.com.
Let's go, dude. That sounds great. I'm glad you wrote that blog, and I'm glad the baby came.
Did you find out the cause of the hormone imbalance?
No, and it apparently it's very common. They're seeing it a lot more. Both the pituitary gland tumor and that caused the hormone imbalance.
Yeah.
What was weird about it was that it didn't cause me to be like exhausted all the time, which would have been a good
Indicator.
symptom. Yeah. Or erectile dysfunction, which,
Yeah.
never happens. Strong like bull,
You're a beast.
Yeah. So, and I highly recommend everybody go see an endocrinologist just to get your hormone levels checked. Any number of things, because those things just affect so much of our lives and even our personalities that we just don't know. And they're
Yeah.
still figuring it out. But
crazy.
if you just have low testosterone for some reason, you can figure it out, and it can be really as simple as what I'm doing, like taking half a pill twice a week. It's,
Yeah.
That's
cool.
fine.
and it's good, and it's important too, because for men, it's like if your testosterone's low, as you age, it can affect your bone density too.
Yeah.
So
It's important.
it's important to have.
And it feels like, I mean, were you going to talk about?
I was like, I've heard that with like our food and stuff, when the poisons in the food and the water, it's causing these male sort of infertility and then penis shrinkage and erectile dysfunction.
So many people sent us that article.
Yeah.
Like 1,000 people sent us an article that our dongs are shrinking.
Yeah, and I think
that's finally going to be the incentive we need.
yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with like the food supply, maybe the air and stuff.
Dude,
It's like you got to eat organic and
plastics.
stuff.
What is it, glyphosate? Or whatever?
Glyphosate.
Yeah, I went on a date with a girl who knew a ton. She was a sustainable environmentalist.
Monsanto's evil.
And she was talking about how, so we can grow these tomatoes the way we want them, which are like genetically modified tomatoes. They're not even the same really in like their actual like deep biological structure.
Yeah.
She was like, we have to glyphosate all the soil, which allows the tomatoes to grow but kills everything else. So we're totally making it, non-sustainable. And we have, I think she said we have 60 harvests left on the topsoil.
Yeah.
Before we're done.
Yeah. You got to eat organic, I think. Even though it's more expensive, but
Dude, and then
pay now or you pay later.
She was saying now with the green revolution, like, it'll be better in some ways, but there'll be other environmental hazards. Like we're going to start needing different minerals like cobalt. And the way we're going to drill for that will be just as exploitative towards poor people and also have, terrible repercussions for the environment.
Yeah.
But, of course we need to go more environmentally conscious and sustainable, but like, doesn't necessarily mean we're going to do it in the right way.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, vital intel.
Yeah.
It was getting me kind of pumped up, but I could also see how if you worked in that space, it'd be a bit fatiguing because you're just getting so much bad news all the time.
Totally.
But then a lot of people also sent us stuff on Seaspiracy about Seaspiracy being full of shit. I didn't make it through the whole doc, to be totally honest. I didn't like the style of the doc. I thought he was too in it, and I thought there was a lot of like manipulative storytelling tricks, like the voiceover not corresponding to like the B-roll and like him injecting himself into scenes, but it felt like he was kind of manufacturing it. Mm-hmm. I was like, I don't like this dude's style. To say nothing, I know nothing about the facts in it.
Yeah. Well, I think that was what people who made a similar movie, What the Health, they embellished a lot, and then a lot of people were complaining that they were sort of debunking both movies, but overfishing is a problem.
Who knows? Yeah, probably. I mean, I bet it is.
Save the dolphins.
But I'm just dumb, dude. Aaron, thank you for that.
Yeah,
That was
I mean,
legit.
it's not talked about enough, and I certainly didn't know what was going on, until I knew. So get checked out.
Yeah, dude, I want to get checked out. I'm kind of scared though.
Well,
But I guess it's
all
fixable stuff.
It's all fixable stuff,
Yeah.
I hope. I don't actually know.
Yeah.
I know what I had was
Yeah.
fixable, and I didn't know I had it, and who knows how long I did.
Right.
I never tried to get anyone pregnant.
Did you
before.
feel like a lift in mood?
Yeah, I felt a little more energetic and fucking horny as a motherfucker for the first couple months.
Let's go,
Nice.
dude.
But it leveled off.
Love to hear
thankfully.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was chasing my wife around a bunch.
That makes me
Nice.
horny.
Yeah.
What's yours?
Dude, my beef of the week, super small scale to those two huge beefs, but LeBron James, he did this a while ago. He tried to trademark Taco Tuesday.
Oh, I remember that.
Dude, get out of here, LeBron.
Yeah.
You can't have Taco Tuesday because, first of all, my homies and me came up with Taco Tuesday. If anyone's going to trademark it, it's going to be us 15, 20 years ago before we used to go to Chevy's, which later became Fred's in Crown Valley. Those are the proper origins, dude.
Yeah. Nobody from Akron, Ohio is
Taco
trademarking
Tuesday. Dude, the balls on LeBron to think he could have Taco Tuesday. Get out. And then my other beef is, I think I said fuck a lot this episode. Guys, I was really fired up. Chad, who's your babe of the week?
My babe of the week is I watched Nobody with Bob Odenkirk.
Oh,
You
how
guys
was
seen
that?
this?
No, I want to see
It's
it.
like John Wick with Bob Odenkirk. It's awesome.
I've heard, yeah.
It's awesome.
Is he good in it?
Yeah, he's really good in it.
That's awesome.
So my baby of the week is Bob Odenkirk and Nobody. I don't want to give away any details, but it's awesome action movie. Please check it out. He kicks ass, and it's just, very John Wick-esque.
You know how his career's like kind of skyrocketed?
Yeah.
When he was in his probably mid 40s?
Yeah.
I've heard people say it's because his wife, Naomi Odenkirk, took over as his manager.
Oh, really?
And she was like, she pushed him to do Better Call Saul, and she started getting him into these different acting
Interesting.
things. Yeah, and now he's like the dude.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, so it's Legend of the Week right there for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so good. I love watching him and stuff. He's intense. I remember he was on Mark Maron's podcast, and afterwards Mark Maron was like, I felt like I worked for him by the time we were done. And he was talking about his kids.
Yeah.
And he was like, I love having kids. And Mark Maron asked a really smart question. He's like, are you kind of hard on them about like comedy? He's like, well, if they come to me with a joke, I'll talk to them and I'll say, well, what's the structure of that joke?
Yeah.
And what's the payoff that we're getting on the punchline? I was like, whoa, that would be weird.
Yeah.
Like you're just trying to be funny at the dinner table and your dad's like, slow down. Let's break that down.
Right.
I think we could shave a few syllables off the setup.
What's the payoff? That's crazy.
Yeah, you're like 9.
Yeah.
And your dad's an SNL writer.
Yeah.
You just can't shut off like the psycho joke brain.
Yeah. Hilarious.
Aaron, who's your babe of the week?
My babe of the week has been mentioned on the show before. It's Mike Bertolina from All Things Comedy.
Hell yeah.
Great guy.
Because he got Joe to play on my softball team, to join it.
Hell yeah.
He's such a great businessman.
That's what he said, right?
He cracked the shell. Yeah, I said, how did you get Joe? And he said, I'm a businessman.
He closes deals. Let's go, Mike.
Yeah.
Dude, that's tough because Joe, I'm glad he's playing, but I was telling Joe not to play because I lived with him when he had to retire, or 2 seasons ended with injury, his last 2 seasons of softball. Torn hammy and a broken wrist.
Well,
He's going down.
we'll just take it down 95%. I'm the manager.
You're going to look out for his health.
I'm going to look out for him, yeah. That's always my first rule is nobody get hurt. Second, nobody get into a fight.
I'm loving that he's playing. Also, I could foresee a little bit of tension between you and Joe when it comes down to who's going to be the pitcher, because I know that's both of y'all's specialties.
It's me.
Love that confidence,
I'm in
dude.
charge.
Let's
It's
go.
me. Yeah.
Love that.
You got to take it. You got to take the crown from me if you want.
Let's go. Dude,
Or I just have to have a really bad game.
Dude, Bertolino's the best. He came to our show last Thursday. He's such
awesome.
a good hang.
Yeah.
Such a cool guy.
The best.
Yeah. And a deal closer. I
All
love
things
that.
comedy. You guys are the best.
I feel like it.
Yeah.
It is the best.
Made by comedians for comedians.
Dude, my baby of the week is Shark Tank. I started
Yeah.
watching Shark Tank. Matt Lockwood, comedian, really great guy, funny dude. Maurice's new roommate. Went over there to hang out. They put on Shark Tank. I was like, this is the best show I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And remember I was saying I couldn't find anything that I could chill out to?
Yeah.
And that I hated watching everything?
Yeah.
Dude, then like Mana from God, Shark Tank. I watch it all night, nonstop.
Really?
10 episodes in a row.
Yeah.
And I'm just chilling, having a great time.
Yeah.
I love it. Dude, it's so fun. Entrepreneurs go on there, you know. I believe in entrepreneurs in America. I believe we're a special place for them. And, you know, and I
Yeah.
believe it's a big part of how we've gotten, how far we've gone. And, you know, maybe it's gone too far. We need to make some corrections. I don't know. But I'm like, I just get so fired up when someone gives a fire presentation and the sharks are impressed and they buy 10% equity at above what they were thinking they were going to get. Let's go.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I've learned some financial jargon, like what's your customer acquisition cost? Now I see products and I think about that stuff.
Yeah.
Like I was at my brother's and he has like it's not called Pup Box. Oh, Bark Box. So once a month he's part of a subscription where they bring you new dog toys.
Oh, cool.
And I was like, oh, I wonder like you know, how much capital they had to raise to get that company going. And
Yeah.
I wonder, you know, what their subscription costs are and if they do it through their website or if they do it through Amazon. And I'm just like, this is all so exciting and cool.
Yeah.
I just love the show.
That's really cool.
Favorite shark, Cuban. He's the biggest.
Cuban?
He has the most money, so
Yeah.
he kind of, it all feels oriented around him. It feels like the show's almost pointing at him.
Right, right.
But Mr. Wonderful is good too. But my favorite's probably, actually, I think Mr. Wonderful is the best TV, but I think Lori seems like she would be the best shark to go in with.
Right.
Lori Gruyere.
Yeah.
Queen of QVC.
Oh, she started QVC?
Or she has like the biggest shows on there.
Oh, interesting.
Dude, a kid from Newport Beach was on an episode.
Yeah.
Selling GoPro filters.
Yeah.
And he was just like, what's up, dudes? I'm looking for a 10% equity acquisition at $1.5 million.
Yeah.
And he crushed it.
Really?
And it got
Did he get one?
He got one. And he
Yeah.
was such a bro. They kept making fun of him. They're like, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But his company was nails.
That's awesome.
But I look up all the companies sometimes to see how they do. And, you know, a lot of them do. Dude, Lori, Bantam Bagels. She did Bantam
Yeah.
Bagels.
I had no idea that was a Shark Tank thing.
Those delicious bagels you get at Starbucks. You can thank Shark Tank for that. Chad, who is your legend of the week?
My legend of the week is A bunch of stokers reached out after the last episode just to like offer condolences, which was really nice.
About the relation?
Yeah, and I was like, oh, it was really sweet. So I just wanted to give a shout out to all the people who reached out and thank you. It's always such a Stoke Nation is such a supportive community.
You got friends out there looking out for you.
Yeah, everyone was just like super sweet, and it was also cool, not cool, but like it was nice that some people reached out. They're like going through the same thing, you know. It's like nice to just bond with people over that stuff. So
That's legit.
it's cool. So shout out to Stokers, thank you.
They got your back, dude. That does give you a nice boost, right?
Yeah, it's really nice.
And they seem to get it. Like sometimes they'll be like, hey man, I've been through this too, and I got through to the other side, and like, you know, it helps hearing you guys helps me, and then you're just like, oh man, this is really like encouraging.
Yeah. It's nice to know you're not alone kind of thing.
That's so big.
That too.
Aaron, who's your legend of the week?
My legend of the week is my wife, Leah. She texted me that she put the baby to sleep and bathed her by herself tonight, which
Nice.
we usually tag team on all that. So it's amazing that she was able to do that. You know, we were going through a little bit of a rough patch, just trying to adjust to having a child and her going back to work, and still from home, but work while she's looking after the baby. But we kind of had a rough morning. I left the house to go to work, and when I got to work, I had a text from her that kind of just tore all that bullshit down, which was beautiful.
Dude,
She's just great for that.
You're fucking bringing
awesome.
it today, dude. That's some good shit.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What a legend.
Yeah.
You're a legend too.
I hope so.
Because you recognize the legendary move she was making.
Mm-hmm. It's exactly what we needed. Yeah, it's beautiful.
That's awesome.
That's
dude.
nice.
My legend of the week is my dad. I just remember this funny thing that my dad did one time. So I was getting really bad grades freshman year of high school, and I just knew the report card was going to come at some point, and it was going to be fireworks at home, and that, you know, I had really, because I was going to get like all Fs. I knew I was going to be in big trouble. So I started acting depressed for like a month in advance, so that when the report card did come, my parents would have to be like, "Oh, but he's sad." So the report card's more a symptom of that, and we need to focus on getting him happier. And they wouldn't be able to get mad at me about the grades. And then I remember my dad was just like, "What the fuck is this?" And I was like, "I've been really sad." He's like, "You got like 4 Fs. Like, are you fucking kidding me?" And then I was like, I got all crying. I was like, "I've been sad." And I ran back to my room. But I was being manipulative. And then my mom goes, "Tommy, he's been sad for like a month." And then my dad went, "He's been planning this for a month."
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, he's a genius. Chad, what's your quote of the week?
My quote of the week is I was listening to I Need a Girl Part 2 by P. Diddy. My favorite lyric, "Girl, what the hell is on your mind?"
That was good singing, dude.
Dude, thanks, man. It got me so fired up. It's just like,
Dude, that was good.
Comes in so hot. What the hell is on your mind? I've always wanted to say that to
I need a girl. Ride. Is it that one or is that number one?
I need a girl to make my wife. I need a girl who's mine, oh mine. I need a girl in my life. I need a girl to ride. I need a girl, down. Need a girl, down.
I need a girl in my life.
And what does he say? If you happy, then be with him. Go ahead, mommy, be with him. Go ahead, mommy, be with him.
That is the best verse.
Yeah. He's talking about J-Lo, I think. Yeah, he's talking about J-Lo.
He sent 2 Bentleys to J-Lo and Ben Affleck when they got engaged. And me and Greg Giebel got into a huge argument over whether it was a nice gesture or not. We were playing basketball outside and Greg was like, "I think it's an asshole move." I was like, "Screw you, dude. You don't know that. He was just being nice."
Yeah.
In retrospect, I think Greg was right. That's a weird move.
It's a douchey move, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. What a weird... Can you imagine being Ben Affleck in that situation? You're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, and then the next time you see P. Diddy, he's like, "You like the Bentley?" And you're like, "Yeah, it was nice, man. But I already had a car." I'm Ben Affleck,
You like
dude.
the Bentley, man?
Yeah, I'm not like struggling for cash.
Yeah.
Aaron, what's your quote of the week?
My quote of the week is some song lyrics from Jimmy Eat World. It's from the album Surviving, which is the most recent one. It's a song called Congratulations. I think it's the last track on the album. But I think now that I'm reading it again, I think it's a treatise on and I like that I use the word treatise on the media, and you'll kind of get it when I read it. So this is just verse 1. There's no clarity in front of me, only degrees of hating, obscenity. There's no charity. Some don't deserve to make it. You'll blame and fight each other just for a slice of plunder. Too down and tired to wonder whose foot you're crawling under. And I just think that's just A, super cool choice of words, but also B, if I'm right and it's about the media or people who let the media affect them and their life and their happiness and fight people that they think don't agree or
Right.
let themselves be manipulated by the media. Like, I think it's pretty cool.
That's good.
They're deep dudes.
Yeah, they
Hell
can hit a
yeah.
lot of different stuff too. They hit relations, they hit the media.
Mm-hmm.
4
Good stuff.
quadrants. Dude, my quote of the week is from a Brian Scalabrine, NBA player, who is like a big doughy white dude. So a lot of people think they can take him one-on-one. So after his career, because he was kind of a bench guy in the league, you could call him a scrub.
Yeah.
He plays a lot of these people one-on-one and just destroys them. Just like dusts all these people who challenge him like 11-0. And so the New York Times wrote an article about how like why the worst NBA player is probably still better than you. And they just talked about how good you are, no matter how good of a player you are, even if you're the worst player in the league, especially relative to other people. And Scalabrine's quote is, people don't understand how a little bit nuts you have to be to sustain an NBA career, especially when you're not that talented. You have to be ready. You have to be up for the fight. You have to be like that. You have to be like that every day. And if you're not, you lose your livelihood. And I think that was just such a badass quote that really gets you into the headspace of even a bench dude. Like these guys every night are playing for their lives.
Yeah.
And they're bringing that edge to it. So if you're just a regular person who plays regular games, you don't know the stakes that these guys are playing with. So yeah, when he meets you on the like pickup court, it's gonna be easy for him.
Yeah, I was thinking about that because you look at athletes and you're like, man, it must be so cool to be an athlete. But then you think about like you really put yourself in that situation. I mean, the pressure and
It's incredible.
and maintaining that and not it's it's a lot.
Dude, my buddy Danny Babona, coach at UCI. Let me do a plug for them. If you're a young buckaroo and you can throw or hit, go to UCI. They should call it UC Newport Beach because it's right there. But Danny was like one of the top pitchers in the country his senior year. And he told me he could do the thing that Kevin Costner does in For Love of the Game, where when he would be out there, he would go clear the mechanism.
Yeah.
And he would silence the crowd before he pitched.
Wow.
It's great. He gets crazy good at everything.
That's crazy.
He gets like everything we do, he like studies and becomes the best at.
Really?
Like Call of Duty, he watches streamers. If you play with him,
Yeah.
he knows how to do everything.
That's cool.
He just has that kind of brain.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, they're professional athletes. They're being paid to stay in shape, to be in the top shape, to perform at 100% every minute that they're playing.
Right.
So yeah, Terrell Owens walks onto a softball league, which he does here in LA. He crushes it.
Does he?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
of course.
T.O., baby. He's the best.
Yeah.
I want to play softball with T.O.
So toned.
Very ripped. They made fun of him on Hard Knocks for always having shirtless shots. Roy Williams was like, "Who am I?" And he pranced and like just kind of threw a rock jollily into the water. That's what T.O. was doing in the B-roll. Chad, what's your phrase of the week for getting after it?
Have that cookie.
Nice.
It's because I want to get a cookie after this.
Yeah.
What kind of cook?
Chocolate chip
Perfect.
from Erewhon. It's gonna be about $20.
Dude, I bought like 6 things there like an hour ago. And
You spent $1,000.
when the money came, I went, holy shit. And I was talking to the cashier. I was like, I didn't expect to drop that kind of jing.
Yeah.
She didn't even respond. I was like, she must hear this constantly.
Every interaction.
Every person's just like, what?
Yeah, you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna get like a little side salad and a juice, $30.
I'm buying cereal. And it was like $1 bajillion.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was like, this is cereal, dude.
yeah. How do they stay in business?
Dude, I was also making fun of it, or I was saying it was a bad thing that we have so many options, you know?
Yeah.
Like in The Hurt Locker, there's that great scene where he sees all the cereals and he's like bummed out because it's so like overwhelming and he'd rather just have like the simplicity and realism and the realness of war.
Yeah.
But I kind of like having 6,000 cereals you can choose from.
Yeah.
It is nice. Dude, my war friend, I told you this, right? Do you know how much America spends every year on AC, just on AC in Iraq and Afghanistan?
No.
Did I say my war friend?
You
Yeah.
did say your war friend, but
I'm an
that's
idiot.
cool. I like it.
I met my friend who serves in the military. $20 billion
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
just to keep us cool.
Wow.
It's a lot of jing. A lot of jing. Aaron, what's your phrase of the week for getting after it?
First of all, if you want to get a good chocolate chip cookie, you wouldn't think this. Subway.
Right? Oh,
They're
good
great.
call.
Those are
Good
good.
call.
And they're not $1,000.
Interesting.
But they're probably not healthy. But they're good.
Yeah.
But if you're going to get a chocolate chip cookie too,
Exactly. Are you getting a health cookie? No.
but they fool you because you get like a vegan gluten-free one with only 3 net carbs in it, and you're like, this is probably good for me.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But Subway's good too.
It's hard to know.
You might get 3
Yeah.
of them.
Might have glyphosate in it. Thanks, Monsanto. I guess they came up with glyphosate because it's like a derivative of Agent Orange, which we dropped on like the Vietnamese so we could clear brush. So it'd be easier to like, kill them.
Yeah. It's all fucked up.
It's crazy.
I don't know why I thought of this as my phrase for the week for getting after it. It's kind of an amalgam of a bunch of things we've talked about, but let's go wax the queen's asshole.
That's like a good thing to say to a sports team before. Let's go wax this queen's asshole, and everyone's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go. My phrase of the week for getting after is Dan Gable on Joe Rogan's podcast. Incredible. Gold medal winning wrestler. Incredible life story. And like a very humble guy. But he's tough as nails too. So it's a fun combination. And he's very sensitive. Like a lot of what he talked about was getting help. And like he says, when I have a hard day, I have to talk to my wife about it. Someone's got to hear it. I need someone to hear me. I was like, dude, fuck yeah. Coming from him. But his quote was his high school wrestling coach used to say this. Win with humility, lose with dignity, but damn it, don't lose. And I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's good stuff. All right. Well, Aaron, thanks for coming through.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing the late time.
Yeah.
It's good
Aaron's
to
a
see you.
beast. Good to see you too, man.
Yeah.
It was nice. We ran into each other at Air One.
That was cool.
And we just hugged.
Yeah.
I felt like I hadn't seen you in years.
It's like two days.
It was like 2 days. I was like, how you been, man?
Whoa. And Stokers are writing reviews, and they're firing me up. So guys, keep them coming.
They came through on that?
Yeah, they're coming through on the reviews.
Keep writing them, dudes. It's
Yeah.
good for us.
Yeah.
Sorry to ask, but we really appreciate it.
Yeah. And
You can do it on your phone in the iTunes app. So yeah.
oh, nice.
Bitty
Get
bitty
in there.
bang bang.
All right, dudes.
All right, dude.
All right.
All right, dudes.
Late.
Later.